is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome to Shirts, Texas. It's Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. We're at Alamo Stadium, the home of the Clemens Buffaloes, who tonight host the Alamo Heights Mules, who are a perfect 3-0. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Harris, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikatinik. The last non-district game for these two teams. And, Chuck, all year we have been promoting this schedule as the best players, the best teams, the best rivalries. And this one lives up to that billing.
It sure does, Don. We have a TNL first, actually, for 2025. We actually have a team with a loss. And it's only one loss. It's by Clemens. It was a 3-point game to Taft. But they have looked really, really good in these last two games. On the other side of the ball, Alamo Heights has had no equal. They've had 3 games, and they've rolled 3 teams. Well, we are getting to the bulk of the meat of the schedule for both of these teams. This is going to be a hotly contested ball game as both of these teams get ready for district next week.
Coach Ron Ritteman's Mules went all the way to the regional semifinals a year ago. Of course, you remember Michael Terry. He's on the 40 acres up in Austin now. But they don't miss a beat with DK Garza because he was great last year. This is the highlights from TNL. Last year, and he is great this year.
It's unbelievable the numbers that DK Garza, as good as he is, has already assembled. Don, this guy's been in 3 games and he's got almost 750 yards rushing on the season. You must be kidding me. In my opinion, this guy is one of the most under-recruited guys that we have in the entire area.
Already committed to Colgate in the Ivy League. Meanwhile, this young man, Christian Dupree, already committed to the UTSA Roadrunner.
And they've got a bunch of good receivers on this ball club. In fact, I think you're walking around in the D1 locker room when you take a look at this wide receiver set that Clemens has. But Christian Dupree, I don't mean this in a bad way, he's the prettiest, right? He moves the best. He's got unbelievable hands, great route runner. He makes everything look easy, and obviously, big reason why he's going to UTSA. They see it too.
You won't believe how smooth he runs. He looks like he's running jogging, and he's blowing by everybody. It's going to be fun to watch tonight. When we come back, it's our Gomez Law Firm Keys to the Game. It's Alamo Heights and Clemens on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights.
This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Back in Shirts, Texas, home of Lenhoff Stadium, where tonight we've got Alamo Heights and Clemens on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. Time now for our Gomez Law Firm Keys to the Game. Chuck, let's start with Coach Ron Ritteman and those Alamo Heights Mules.
Well, first off, they want to run the football. They have done it to perfection through 3 games of this season. Secondly, create turnovers. They do not want to give this highly explosive Clemens offense any more than they've already got. And then they've got to execute and make plays on offense as well.
We caught up with Coach Ritteman earlier this week.
We are excited about this matchup. It's going to be a different team than what we faced the first 3 games, a different style of football, both offensively and defensively. But it's going to be a great test for our guys because we start district next week, and we need to go play great teams and great athletes to see what we're good at right now, and then some things we got to work on. And we know we're still a work in progress, and I know the Clemens Buffaloes will point out any other weaknesses that we haven't discovered yet. So we're excited about the game, looking forward to see our guys play.
Clemens has lots of great talent on that side of the ball, Chuck. What are the keys for Coach Hill?
Well, first off, Alan Hill says that they would like to stop the running game, and the caveat was, well, we're just hoping to slow it down at this point, the way DK Garza has performed so far this season. Also, on offense, be patient. Take what's given to you. Don't make any big mistakes. And then they had problems last year blocking up front and being overmatched. They want to improve their run blocking. This year's version of the Clemens offensive line is humongous.
We have got, as we said, the best players, the best teams, the best rivalries. And tonight, you're going to see all of that and more. Our national anthem's up next on Thursday Night Lights.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rush Max, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
A lot of pageantry tonight here at Lenoff Stadium. It's senior night. As you see the color guard taking the field, we're getting close to the national anthem. Let's turn it over to our public address announcer.
The Texas flag guard, cadet first retired Colonel Bass, retired Senior Master Sergeant Catherine Butler, and retired Chief Master Sergeant Jeff Gideon. Please rise and join me in honoring America as the Buffalo Band plays our national anthem.
rug.
Game Time Weather is sponsored by Beluga Air.
It is a beautiful night for football in Schertz, Texas. Time for our Beluga Air Game Time Weather. It is 91 degrees. Winds out of the south-southeast of 10 miles an hour. It's fair, and it is gorgeous. We've had good cloud cover, even though it's a little balmy at 91. We've had really good cloud cover, so it's not oppressive by any means. The Clemens Buffaloes will receive the football to start the game, and you will get a chance right off the bat to see Christian Dupree, the UTSA commit. He wears number 2. He's back deep with Azir Cumby, who wears number 3. And doing the kicking duties for Alamo Heights is Gannon Laswell. Our Good Feet Store first half kickoff will get us underway. Ron Ritteman, terrific coach here for a long time, came up under the great Jim Streety over at Madison. He's been at Johnson, and he's been highly successful at Alamo Heights over the last few years. He'll match wits with Alan Hill, who has built a nice little program here in Schertz. Gannon Laswell with our Good Feet Store first half kickoff. That'll be taken on the far side by Cumby. Finds his way past the 20, and he'll be stopped there at about the 23-yard line. And we get our first chance to look at the Clemens offense. Chuck Callan Kilbasa, a senior, we expect him to put it up a lot tonight.
Boy, they've really been special, Don, these last couple of weeks. Again, they've got elite wide receivers. They got a dude, but they got some other dudes too. It's going to be fascinating to see how much they use the pass game to open up the run game tonight.
Keep an eye on Derek Williams as well, in addition to Dupree. Dupree is split wide to the right. And they'll turn and hand it on the first play of the game, and a nice big gain on the first play of the game. That's Devin Morgan, who's got 146 yards and 3 touchdowns on the game. It'll set up second down and 1. As you take a look at that offensive line led by senior Riley Walker up front, the center, along with Matt Owens, the right tackle. They'll run the little reverse here to Dupree. They love to run him to the outside, and he picks up the first down and a lot more down across the 35. And that will be a first down. A rush max first down here in the first quarter. As you take a look at the Alamo Heights defense, got a couple of all-district performers returning, including Albert Colgager and Gianni Tovo. Ball's out. And a big loss on the play as Kilbasa couldn't grab a handle on it.
That's exactly what Clemens doesn't need, right? You have pretty good success moving down the field, and the last thing you want to do is somebody not know what's going on with the count.
It's a loss of about 10.
Yeah, they knew what was going on with the count. Just weren't able to make the center to quarterback exchange there.
Call it second down and 19. Here at their own 25. Those little bubble screen, that's up in the air, and lucky it wasn't picked off after it went off the hands of the intended receiver. That'll set up third down and 1.
This is where Clemens, obviously third and forever is not ideal, but because their wide receivers are so special, let's see if they try to send a bunch of guys deep and then have a really deep crossing route by one of these other fellas.
Dupree's lined up on the inside. He's got twins to his right. He's actually lined up in the backfield. They throw the one-on-one route down the sideline, and that ball is incomplete. Good defense back there by Trip Johnson, the all-district cornerback for the Alamo Heights Mules, and Coach Allen Hill runs out the punt team. That's Christopher Aikman.
Yeah, Trip doing a nice job, man. It's not an easy guy to be covering down there on the sidelines, and come on an island all by himself. No help over the top, and just good one-on-one defensive coverage right there to get Alamo Heights off the field.
Landon Baldwin, one of those back to receive this nice high kick by Aikman. And Tripp brings it in, Trip Johnson. And we will see the Alamo Heights offense for the first time tonight. And two words that we will be saying a lot tonight, actually, I guess three. D.K. Garza. Chucky's a special young man, not just on the football field, but for sports, classroom, everything you want from this kid.
Yeah, and Cornell on the horizon. But, you know, Don, we did the game last year between these two squads, and even, you know, with all due respect to Michael Terry III, I mean, certainly there's nobody that can take anything away from him. DK might have been the best player in that football game last year when we watched.
They run a little wildcat to DK. He breaks a tackle, and he picks up about 6 on the very first carry of the game.
You know, everything he does, it seems like he's moving upfield. When he glides, when he slides, he's got elite feet. And it really shows, like, you know, you look up and you think you've got him, and he's falling 3 or 4 yards ahead.
By the way, that wasn't a typo against Churchill last week. 386 yards and 6 touchdowns. Here's Stone, the quarterback, hands to DK. Garza picks up a rush max first down, carries a couple of tacklers for an extra 3 or 4, and they'll move the sticks inside the Buffalo territory.
I mean, everybody in the ballpark knows he's getting the pill, right? And yet here he is, 2 really good carries. And just like last year, though, the one thing we found out about these Alamo Heights Mules, they are more than just a one-guy offense.
Baldwin, one of those special weapons, a district offensive newcomer of the year, number 17, lined up in the slot. Here to the left of Stone. He looks the other way instead and completes to the outside, a little out route to Alex Cross. And that's good for about 7. So we take a look at the Mules' offensive starting lineup. Grayson Hansel, number 66, is an all-district guard returning from last year. This is a team that heard a lot all offseason about the great senior class that had exited. And so they've got a bit of a chip on their shoulder, wanting to prove that they're just as good. Stone hands to Garza. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not much more than that. Is Cameron Hoosier there to wrap him up. As we take a look at the Clemens Buffalo defensive starters. Hoosier up front with Litzy and Rod Whitehead. On the back end, they've got some real good talent there with Azir Cumby and DaVinci Johnson. Third down, we'll call it 5. Stone brings him in motion. He's going to be pressured, fires to the outside. It's caught, and I believe it's going to be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 2.5.
Good job by the Clemens Buffaloes keeping everything in front of them on that one. C.J. Stevens squaring up his guy and making sure that the first down was not made after the catch. It is going to be 4th and 1, and it looks like Ron Ritteman's going to roll the bones.
Good position to do it. Right at about the 37-yard line, especially when you got number 21 in the backfield. Seems to always be good for a yard. Instead, Clemens comes up with the stop. They did not go with Garza. Instead, Alamo Heights handed it to Stefan Torreira. He was stopped short, but there's a flag. And Clemens is going to get a stop here. Fred Juarez, our lead official tonight, threw the flag from the backfield. He's got the call. All right, so Alamo Heights turns it over on downs. They'll have the football when we come back.
Thursday Night Lights presented by the Gomez Law Firm. We are here with our presenting sponsor, Little Caesars. Robert Trevino, one of the GMs of our local Little Caesars here over in Shirts. Robert, how are you today?
Good. How you doing, boss?
Absolutely. Doing well. We got Little Caesar here as well, as always, keeping us all very safe. So, Robert, you guys are the the title sponsor, of Little Caesars, or of Thursday Night Lights this year. Why'd you guys choose to be the sponsor?
Well, Texas high school football is a tradition down here in Texas. So, being that we're the proud sponsors of the NFL, it only makes sense that we sponsor TNL, where we're able to see the future stars of the NFL.
I mean, we got Christian Dupree out here who's going to be making a difference at the next level. We know that. You guys have made a great point of that on the broadcast so far. How do people get their Little Caesars favorites on the NFL Sundays and on TNL Thursdays?
Great question. You can go ahead and download the Little Caesars app, go to littlecaesars.com, order online, visit us in store, or from the comfort of your vehicle, order through our drive-thru.
All right, and let's see what you guys brought today. You guys have been telling us all about this cheesesteak pizza. I'll hold on to that. I'll keep us safe. It's okay.
So we got a ultimate cheesesteak pizza, and we have the cheesesteak puffs.
Let's open them up here.
All righty, boss. There's the cheesesteak puffs, and here goes the cheesesteak pizza.
Cheesesteak pizza. What's on the cheesesteak pizza?
Yes, sir.
What's on it?
We got a garlic cheddar cheese sauce, and then we got cheese, the mushrooms.
Peppers.
Yes, sir. We got steak and onions, the green bell peppers, and the mushrooms.
Awesome. Let's try it, man. Let's try it. Let's get in there. This is my favorite part of the week. All right. Caesar? No? All right. Sorry. Caesar can't have any. Back to you guys.
Cut got his tongue.
Thanks, Matt. Cheesesteak pizza, that looks good. 3rd down and 11 for Clemens. Looking to throw. Completed. And it's good enough for a Rush Max 1st down. Nice rollout and toss by Kielbasa to Stefan Latulis.
Yeah, Latulis might be, and this is really saying something, their best route runner, Don. Really good player. Again, it's an embarrassment of riches what Clemens has outside. I was talking to Alan Hill about this before the game. It's a shame you can't clone the ball because they've got so many good weapons. The key is trying to figure out how to get them each enough touches.
Well, they'll have 4 chances here. 1st down, just inside Alamo Heights territory. Kielbasa wants to throw again. He's pressured, gets rid of it. There was a man in the area. And it'll be an incomplete pass.
Heavy pressure coming from the Alamo Heights side on that one. And Kielbasa looking around as Max Gutierrez is breathing down his neck and just nowhere to go with the football.
Kielbasa, good-looking young man, 6'5", 205. Good arm, and boy, like you talked about, he's got plenty of targets. 2nd down, hand to the right-hand side. gain of about 4 or 5 for Devin Morgan, and they'll set up third down and about 4.
The size of this offensive line for Clemens cannot be understated either. And watching some of these guys before the game, LaBree Wilder, 75. That's where the one thing that Allen Hill really wanted to improve this year in terms of size and physicality up front. And they got 3 humongous guys up front. And all of a sudden, this team is starting to really show what it can do offensively.
Dupree's on the left-hand side. Instead, they hand off inside. And good enough for another rush max first down is a new ball carrier on the night. That's Gavin Townsend, the junior. He's got 186 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year. Pretty equal footing between him and Devin Morgan on the season.
Yeah, they have, the old thunder and lightning, right? Gavin's probably the more explosive of the two. He was a starter last year, thrown into action after they had some injuries back there. But, man, it's a nice luxury to have with both of those guys toting the rock.
They bring Dupree in. They throw the out to him. He's one-on-one there. And he is brought down. That's not easy to do. A good job on the tackle there by Trip Johnson one-on-one, because you look at this guy's tape, Dupree, and rarely does the first defender make the play.
Absolutely right. I mean, this is one of those fellas that if you get the ball out to him in space, whether it's 3 yards down the field or 30 yards down the field, something usually electric happens. This guy's ability to get down the field and then break tackles and make something happen once he gets the ball is really quite extraordinary.
And by the way, as you saw, he's their leading scorer in basketball, and the number 3 performance in the high jump in the country last year at 6'10". They hand off inside for another gain for Gavin Townsend, and you can see they bring Dupree in motion. And if you look at their season, there's so many times they bring him on jet sweeps or reverses that kind of window dressing is definitely going to be a distraction. And then they go ahead and hand inside to Townsend. It's good for a 5-yard gain.
They really seem to find their footing. They had a really tough slug-em-out game with Taft to open up the season, but ever since then, this offense has really been clicking.
2nd and 5. They're going to throw it. One-on-one coverage down there, and it's incomplete, as that one was intended for Trey Burton, the junior, who's got 9 catches for 125 yards and a touchdown on the season. They'll bring up third down.
You can see the size disadvantage that Clemens is working with when they go outside, right? On a ball like that, you just got to put it in the area, give your guy a chance to go up and make a play.
Alamo Heights watching to see where 2 lines up. He's in the middle on your right-hand side. Now he comes in motion. They fake it that way. Now they throw the little bubble screen, and they had the first down, but Townsend lost his footing. Oh, it was a great call by the offensive coordinator. That one had him fooled, but he just couldn't keep his feet.
Yep, did everything right. Let the rushers come free and had a blocker out front. It's just not quite in sync in the continuity on that play, but you're right. That thing was headed for a first down and maybe further.
So it'll be 4th down right at the 20. They need 4. 2:22 to play here in the first quarter. Scoreless game between Alamo Heights and Clemens. Kielbasa fires over to the near side. Dupree breaks that first tackle. He's got the first down. He's got the 10. He's got the 5. And he's got a touchdown. Christian Dupree with his 6th touchdown of the season. And it's 6 for the Buffaloes.
It's a pretty nice fail-safe to have, isn't it? You just get the ball outside and look like he was going to be dead to rights, stopped well short of the first down, and somehow was able to wiggle his way out of that. Look at that nasty foot in the ground. And then he's able to turn it back outside and beat the rest of the defenders to the house.
Just makes it look easy, as the extra point by Christopher Aikman is up and good, and Clemens strikes first here in Schertz.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. Back here at the beautiful Lenhoff Stadium, Clemens Buffaloes up 7-0. We are with our presenting sponsor here, Craig Bettis, an attorney over at the Gomez Law Firm. Craig, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Nice evening. Good night for football.
Yeah, not too breezy either. My hair's staying all right. You guys have been part of the community here for 50 years. Mr. Gomez used to play football here in San Antonio. Why did you guys choose to give back to the community in this way?
Well, I think it's because we're deeply rooted in the community. For Mr. Gomez, as you said, myself, a lot of the attorneys and staff were born and raised, and this is our home. So it's important to us to give it back to our home, our help.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys give back to the community in a lot of ways. I've seen toy drives and whatnot. So how else do you guys give back besides TNO?
Well, the Thursday night football, the toy drives, scholarships, SAISD, the foundation through higher education. We also, do the school supply drives at the beginning of the school year. And if there's like a crisis or catastrophe, we try to help with volunteering or donations or lending a hand. Like the terrible thing that happened in Kerrville recently.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye just to make sure neither of us get pelted real quick.
Excitement going on.
Exactly. So you guys give so much back to the community. What does it mean for you personally to give back to the student athletes of San Antonio?
Well, as you know, student athletes have to juggle a lot. Academics, school, family, a lot of them jobs, and so that shows commitment and resilience, and those are qualities we want to encourage in our youth, because our youth are our future, right? So it's important to us to show them that means something and encourage that kind of quality in our youth.
Awesome. Craig, thank you so much for being here. Remember, Gomez Law Fights, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Matt. It's a Rush Max first down for the Alamo Heights Mules after a really nice long kick return by Landon Balden. Puts them in good position at about the 46-yard line. Here's Garza. He's met in the backfield, breaks that tackle, gets a shield from his quarterback, but he can't while he's still on his feet. Holy cow. DK Garza, how did he get away from number 9 of Clemens? Put his hand on his helmet saying, how did he get away from me? That's Cameron Hoosier.
How many times did he break tackles on this play? Let's take a look. I mean, obviously the play's going nowhere from the start, but there's one. He cuts it back over the left side. You're right. Picks up a block. There's 2. Stays on his feet somehow. 3, 4. Just about went out of bounds on his feet. Absolutely remarkable 2-yard run.
It was like a cat being able to keep his feet like that. Second down and 8. There's a throw to the outside. Nice ball by Easton Stone to Joseph Gadasek. And that will get them close to a rushback's first down. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Gadasek having a huge year, too. I mean, this dude's already got 3 scores and over 200 yards receiving. Again, Alamo Heights, not just a one-man team. They've got a quarterback, they got receivers, too, and do a really good job blocking up front.
Our Gautier Formal Dresses band cam checking out the student sections tonight. Garza on a little counter, runs it back this way, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Good physical defensive play there by the Buffaloes.
Yeah, they're playing mix and match right now, are these Buffaloes with their D-line, but it starts with Hoosier, Litsky, and Whitehead. And they're filtering guys in and out of that lineup right now to come in and try to make plays. Rod Whitehead, also in on some of these things. And I'll tell you what, these Clemens Buffaloes, Don, this sheer size of these guys, they do pass the eye test. It's a bunch of big dudes.
Hoosier has already popped on the videotape. It's 4th down, and they'll do Garza on a little wildcat. He keeps it himself. He's pushing right towards the stick, and the head linesman on this side motions for a rush max first down and didn't even hesitate. So Garza picks it up. They'll move the sticks, and that'll be a first down for the Mules.
Well, DK Garza finding a little bit of a scrum right there, and then the old rugby play, push forward, and this guy sure is gritty. What a fun one we got brewing here tonight.
Clemens leads it 7-0. Second quarter action straight ahead on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. We're here with our Scholar Athlete sponsor from Beluga Air, Raul Garcia. How are you, man?
Doing good, doing good.
Awesome. Good to have you here at Lenhoff on this beautiful Thursday. You guys have a great install team over at Beluga. Why is it the best in the business, my friend?
We make sure that our customers are satisfied, especially with our installation, and make sure that their systems are working all year long.
Why should people choose Beluga Air?
We take pride in our work, and we make sure that the systems are working 100%.
I haven't used this all year yet, so we're having a whale of a time down here, guys. Back to you.
Beluga Air out the house this week, Chuck. They did a fine job.
And you were able to avert massive disaster, from what I understand.
Yes.
So.
Got an honest assessment. That's always good. As Garza breaks it to the outside, Garza to the 5. He's going to stroll in for an Alamo Heights touchdown. And we're an extra point away from being all tied up.
This guy is really something to behold in terms of his ability, and I just, for the life of me, can't understand how he's being so under-recruited. What a fantastic player, and what an unbelievable block outside there by Alex Cross to make sure that the guy that was going to end up doing, DK Garza, crossed the goal line.
6 touchdowns last week, another one here. As we told you, this week he's going to Cornell. But, you know, I wonder if that would change if he were to get an offer from one of the schools in Texas that's has not recruited him yet.
You know, I was talking to Ron Rittiman about him earlier this week, and he said it reminds me of what happened here a few years ago with Red Anderson. Right, he had Red Anderson, all-world receiver, little undersized, but dude had an unbelievable catch radius, all that. The Reds at the University of Texas traveling with that football team, had to walk on. But, 21, this dude can play, y'all. I mean, how much more do you need to see?
And he's bigger and more athletic looking in person than I saw on tape. Thought he was undersized, and he looked kind of like a Division II guy when I saw him on tape. But in person, he is put together. He's hard to get to the ground.
100%, right? He sees things, again, his glide and his slide, it almost looks like he's got rollers underneath his feet. There's always forward momentum when he makes his moves.
Don't miss our Scholar Athlete at halftime. David Chancellor this morning was just gushing about this young man and his feature on him. He said, I can't wait for people to see who this kid is, not just as a football player, but as a young man. Just an outstanding human being. He's a great football player, too, and he's got the Mules all tied up with the Buffs. 11:46 to play here in the second quarter.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. Tie game here at Lenhoff Stadium. Perfect time to introduce one of our other sponsors here, Rushmax. We have Spencer Bertzel here, and I'm just really happy I got the name right. One of the general managers here at Rushmax in San Antonio. How are you today, man?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Doing great. Happy to be here at Lenhoff tonight. What do you guys offer over at Rushmax?
We are primarily a bowling alley. We have 20 lanes, state-of-the-art bowling lanes. A video game in the lanes called Hyper Bowling. A nice big screen as well, interacting with the games. We have 85 video games, go-karts, laser tag, a big playground for the kids, plus a full kitchen and a full bar.
That's awesome. Sounds like a really good time for Don, Chuck, and I to have a great weekend where I can just beat them at everything. What's your guys' mission over at Rushmax? Tell us a little bit about you.
We like to offer a place for families to come in, entertain, have a good time outside of the home, kind of connect and kind of get out and do something fun.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for sponsoring TNL. Back to you guys.
Love that. Love the idea of putting those phones down for a little while and looking each other in the eye and having a good time with the family. Sounds like a good time.
Wish I was better at bowling.
I was never good at bowling.
I don't even know what hand to throw with.
Mega Furniture first down. Clemens going to throw on first down. Dupree's got it, and he's got past the 50-yard line, and another Mega Furniture first down.
Well, when in doubt, we're talking about this a little bit during the break, right? Go get your dudes. Find the dudes that can move the ball better than most. Alamo Heights doing it on the last drive. 2 drives ago. Obviously, Dupree getting into the end zone. He goes right back to work.
Trip Johnson's got himself quite an assignment tonight. He's been one-on-one with Dupree most of the night so far. As we take a look at another Mega Furniture first down. Dupree comes in motion, and now they whistle that. And we're going to have a timeout. We'll take it with them. It's Clemens' timeout early in the second quarter.
Great game going on here at Lenhoff Stadium for TNL tonight. We're here with one of our other sponsors, Mega Furniture. Daniel Paez is here with us tonight. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing all right. We're enjoying the game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Tie game here at Lenhoff. It's one of the better ones so far here on TNL. We're excited to have this game, excited to have you guys here. Why be a sponsor this year?
If you can see the kids being excited about it, Mega Furniture also wants to show their support and what these kids are doing.
You guys, it's your guys' anniversary this year at Mega Furniture. Tell us a little bit about that, how long you've been in business.
So we've been in business for 23 years. We're celebrating, and every year we're celebrating and we're growing. So we're offering customers and everybody else that wants to come through Mega Furniture some great deals with us.
Awesome. And where can people find you for those great deals?
Probably throughout Texas, actually, San Antonio, Temple, Austin, and Laredo, and McAllen.
Awesome. Look them up, man. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Matt. Kilbasa running, throwing, completing, and all the way down to the 10-yard line is guess who? It's Christian Dupree.
Christian Dupree on parade tonight, but what a remarkable performance right here by 8, Kielbasa. A little shimmy with the shoulders, kind of set up the defenders. Oh, ball was tipped. Dupree still able to come down with the reception. And Clemens is knocking down the door.
Inside the Absolute Power red zone here, it's another Mega Furniture first down as the Buffs are on the move in this tie ball game. Kielbasa fakes the reverse, hands inside. That's Morgan. And he gets to the line of scrimmage and forward for a couple.
There's just a lot to keep an eye on here for this Alamo Heights defense, right? I mean, you talk about all the guys that they have outside, and then really good running game too. So about what we thought coming in, that it was going to be a hotly contested game on the scoreboard. And here Clemens is, after that first drive, here they are in their third drive and trying to get more.
Second down and goal. Another handoff, and good job by the Alamo Heights defensive front to stone it right there at the line of scrimmage. Tovar and Zane Forney up there. Wouldn't be surprised to see Dupree line up on the short side over there on the far side and then sweep it this way with all that room to run. They use him quite a bit. Reverse actions to the wide side of the field. He's singled up right now, one-on-one coverage at the top of your screen. They look to the other side instead, and that's overthrown into double coverage as he was looking at Trey Burton.
Well, even with that said, double coverage, and he was open.
So they'll run out Christopher Aikman, one of the best punters in the country. And he's handling the kicking duties as well. They'll spot it at the 15, we'll call it 16, 26-yard field goal here. Good snap, good hold. And it's good. Clemens leads it 10-7, and we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
The other way. So it's 10-7, 8:13 to play here in Schertz, Texas. Another nice drive by Callan Kielbasa. Of course, the big gain to Dupree set up the field goal by Aikman. And the Buffaloes go in front. And we thought, Chuck, we might have a shootout tonight, and we'll see if Alamo Heights can match.
Yeah, an outstanding job there by the Alamo Heights defense. You know, let them get all the way down the field, kind of bend but don't break. They're really good against the run, and then we're able to get off the field on third down on the pass play. So Ron Ritteman's team looking to bounce back here. This is obviously their first huge test of the season. Well, I mean, it's their greatest test of the season because it's this one, but these guys really getting pushed tonight here in this 6A, 5A battle.
Alamo Heights in District 13 5A Division II, playing up against the 29 6A Clemens Buffaloes tonight. Great crowd here tonight. Hats off to the Buffalo fans for turning out. I don't know if you saw that shot of the bleachers as we look down the line there, but this reminds me of 1980s, 1990s attendance. Look at that.
Yeah, 2009 Clemens Buffaloes, right? I was talking to Ed Suarez before the game, Don, and he just says it's just better when Clemens is good, right? The whole league, everybody, the whole community, there's an energy, there's a history here, obviously, and Allen Hill's done a really nice job really building that culture around here, especially this year. He kind of got thrown into the fire last year, but things starting to pick up. There's no doubt about it. It's easy to spot.
Watson Laswell in at quarterback. Ron Redmond said to me before the game he's going to make sure he gets action for both these guys. Does not want to be in a situation where a quarterback gets hurt and you don't have a backup. He said he learned his lesson over at Madison years ago. They started off 7-0, had a quarterback get hurt, and they lost their last 3 games and missed the playoffs. And Laswell started 5 games for him last year. He's a senior, 6 foot 161. So they're very comfortable playing both guys. Garza picked up 3. We'll call it 2nd down and 7 from their own 27-yard line. Laswell throws it over to Garza, but he's brought down right there. Good pursuit on that backside.
Aaron Grace showing none.
Very nice. He's amazing.
I got you, bro. I see you coming.
Hard to bring that guy down with just 1 tackle. So it's 3rd down and about 7. Laswell pressured. One-on-one coverage out there, incomplete. Good pressure there coming from Cameron Hoosier. Hey, during the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. So make sure you stick around for that. Alamo Heights lining up on a little short kick, and it's blocked. It's loose, and the Buffs have it in great field position inside the 10-yard line. Garza lined up really short, only about 6 yards deep. The plan for the quick kick went awry.
Looks like Jacob Spiteri was the guy that recovered the football, but who got the block?
Flying in there to get a hand on it was Cillian Whitley. And Alamo Heights just got a little tricky there with that formation. Garza was really never deep enough.
Oh, huge turn of events there, right? You get a stop on defense, and your special teams comes up huge.
And the Buffs already in the absolute power red zone.
Let's see if they're a little more aggressive this time. Maybe go to the air a little bit more than they did on the last time they were into this red zone. Final tune-up for both of these teams, Don, before we start league play next week.
Hand off inside, straight ahead, and inside the 5-yard line is Townsend.
We talk about churning and burning right there. There's another guy, stuck his nose up there. And even when he was spinning, he was able to turn the ball upfield. Really well done. You take another look, little cut, trying to find a hole, takes on the blockers, takes on half the team, and still makes a good drive there.
Got to be aware of where number 2, Dupree, is. He's on the slot on the right-hand side, coming in motion. They fake it to him, and that leaves it intercepted. This could go a hundy down the sideline to the 40. Dupree in chase and pushes him out of bounds at the 10-yard line. But what a play by the Alamo Heights secondary. And that's Lee Brockwell.
Everybody's staying at home. Of course, you see when Dupree was coming in motion, you get looking into the backfield, bad things can happen, but you're not fooling 30 right there to take away the ball. And if Christian Dupree wasn't the athlete that he was, that would have been an Alamo Heights touchdown. Unbelievable play. Remarkable play to stay at home by 30, to secure the ball. Nice return, and great hustle play by 2 to keep him out of the end zone.
So just like that, the field flips. Garza to the outside. He's pursued and pushed out of bounds. And I don't know that we can stress enough how ridiculous the speed of Dupree was to come from the entire other side of the field to make that tackle. That was amazing to watch. He probably ran it 40 yards further than Brockwell to push him out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm sure we'll get into it as the game goes along. I mean, the fact that this guy can high jump 6'10", there's a reason why he's going to be playing football at the next level. It's many reasons.
So it's second down. Alamo Heights will throw back to the other side. That's batted down. And these two defenses standing tall. Xavier Williams with the batted ball.
Sure was, because if he doesn't knock that thing down, that's probably going to the house. So Xavier Williams doing a good job for the Clemens defense, staying at home and making a play when very much needed.
So it's 3rd and goal. Clemens trying to get a stop to make that hustle play by Dupree even bigger if they can keep the Mules out of the end zone. Laswell to Garza, inside. Garza inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Here you go, Chuck. This is Dupree coming from where he was lined up. As we get back to play here. It was just a spectacular speed by that young man. He's still breathing hard.
Something tells me we're just getting started.
Alamo Heights will try to tie it up here. They run out Gannon Laswell. He also is a senior. And it's good.
All right, so here we go. We're going to take a look at Dupree's speed. He is the guy that they faked the ball to. He has his back turned to the play. Obviously, Brock's got a nice little head start on him, but oh, look at 2.
Look at him run.
Oh, yes, they call him the streak.
That's just like, that gives me goosebumps in some ways. I mean, that is just amazing.
Yeah, fastest man on 2 feet.
Look at that, look at that. 5:05 to play, tie ball game here in Shirts. Brockwell, no shame there, being run down by Dupree.
No, I mean, that's the only guy in the ballpark that would have gotten him.
You could see the smiles and the eyebrows down on the sidelines by the UTSA coaching staff who's here. Hunter Ritteman, the son of Alamo Heights coach Ron Ritteman, who's a UTSA assistant coach, as is Joe Price, the great Joe Price, who has been responsible for a lot of your favorite Roadrunners ending up here in San Antonio. They're both here tonight looking at their prized recruit. Spinning out of trouble there.
And you talk about the importance of something like that, right? So he already knows he's going to UTSA. He's got his senior year, but I mean, that hustle play is the difference of 4 points on the scoreboard.
Yep.
So he's not only scored tonight, he's kept 4 points off the board. So there's a lesson in there for a lot of people tonight. You know, it doesn't matter where you're going. I mean, you still got a full schedule of play in your whole senior season, and this goes to show you, you know, what's inside too, not just the ball player, but you know, what kind of dude he is.
Yep, it's 10-all instead of 14-10 Alamo Heights because of that hustle.
You know, and that's the difference between getting to UTSA and not getting to UTSA, right? A guy that's going to show that he'll do stuff like that.
Yeah. And you can see the potential. He's still slight of frame. He can add another 20. Nice cut. Townsend pulling his way across the 50. Best run of the night from Gavin Townsend. Yeah, you can't teach what Dupree has as far as just when you see a kid that can run like that, you know he's going to get bigger and stronger.
And can jump and got hands and the rest of the package too. This Townsend's nice as well, man.
Very nice. Inside run, good for another 9. Zach Hedrick had a good story on Kenny Alawalo from Reagan, who is over at UTSA. He had to walk on, but he was a guy who, once he got on campus, grew 2 inches in height and put on about 25 pounds. And he's played himself after 1 redshirt year into a starting position. Had 2 plays, 2 tackles for loss.
You know, you're going to give the credit, all the credit in the world to UTSA, their coaching staff, and UIWs. I mean, they're offering guys or putting guys on radars for guys like us, right? I mean, they're ahead of the game on everything when it comes to recruiting. And look out!
Townsend cuts it back. He'll score. Touchdown. Gavin Townsend. A nice cutback. And this drive was all Gavin Townsend. 4 impressive runs.
You talk about quick twitch and foot in the ground and great vision. Look at that, he's got guys playing on skates. Not quite good if we'd be playing touch, but darn near close.
Aikman on for the extra point. High snap, good hold. And is blocked, and it'll be 16-10, not 17 after the missed PAT. That could loom large later in the game. What a drive by Gavin Townsend.
Well, you're right. All these special teams plays could end up going in your favor one way or the other. I mean, if you got to make these plays, no question about it. Special teams very special. All these contests, and likely the difference in the game a lot, Don, to your point. But Gavin Townsend already, look at that. 6 yards, 6 yards, 80, 6 carries, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. Phenomenal night for him.
TNL highlights teams that are making a difference in our communities with the Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more from San Antonio Sports and Valero.
Every day, our high school and middle school coaches work hard to help athletes reach their maximum potential while also teaching life lessons through sports. Beyond the Game provides a platform to support our coaches as they develop athletes beyond the basic X's and O's.
Valero's commitment to integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service is reflected in every aspect of our work and community involvement. We're proud to partner with San Antonio Sports to acknowledge the next generation of leaders who embrace these values.
We are thrilled to have Valero on our team. They are a company that lives their values and makes San Antonio a better place for all of us. Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. Teams will be recognized in the San Antonio High School All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome. If you want to nominate, you can visit sanantoniosports.org and learn more about the program and nominate a team or individual today.
Our thanks to San Antonio Sports and Valero for Beyond the Game. San Antonio Sports hosting their all-annual Hall of Fame tribute Saturday night as we induct a new class into the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame, including former Alamo Heights basketball coach Charlie Bogus, the winningest coach in San Antonio high school history. So that'll be a good time. And we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
All right, so let's see how these Alamo Heights Mules respond after the big momentum switch there. Watson Laswell back in at quarterback for this possession. It's a Mega Furniture first down for the Mules. Straight drop, going deep, got a man over there, and it's caught across midfield. Tripped up was Landon Ballin, but not before he got a big gain for the Mules, and they cross over into Buffalo territory.
So he just got his feet kind of caught up, but well done, Alamo Heights. trying to do something to get them off their run game and stretch the field a little bit. And, yeah, he just got his foot caught. Luckily, what to tell about it.
Nice ball from Watson Laswell. Good velocity, good for a Mega Furniture first down. Hand to Garza. Garza's off. Garza's across the 40, still carrying about 4 defenders across the 35-yard line. DK Garza, impossible to bring down.
The thing that's the most impressive on this run is you watch him go on the left side is the patience. Look, waiting for that hole, just looking for a little crease, and then once he gets the crease, he's able to go from 0 to 60 pretty quickly, and then as you see, it takes no fewer than 3 Buffaloes to get him on the ground.
He moves the sticks forward for a Mega Furniture first down, but we have an injured Buff, maybe a cramp here. Ron Ritteman encouraging his guys. What a career Ron Ritteman has had. One of the most successful coaches in the San Antonio area. He was the Dave Campbell's 5A Team of the Year in 2013. He's been on the board of the Texas High School Coaches Association. He's given the Tom Landry Award in 2019. That recognizes one coach in the state that makes a significant contribution to the sport and serves as a positive role model for athletes and coaches across the state. Of course, when he was over at Johnson, Ron and his wife Patty started the Peanut Butter Bowl to help food insecurity in San Antonio, feed the hungry, and that turned into a citywide effort now where there's 15 or 16 games every year that raise millions of pounds of peanut butter for food insecurity across San Antonio. That ball's complete to the outside, but you won't find many guys more respected than Ron Ritteman.
Yeah, I mean, and really does such a good job, obviously, in the community. Such a good job running a football team, running an athletic department. Just a solid, sturdy dude, super humble. He's truly one of a kind.
Winner everywhere he's been.
Yeah, heck of a ball player back when he was a kid, too, man. Baseball and football.
Canyon High School, Texas State. Laswell rolling out. Completes it to Balden to the goal line, and he's short down inside the 1. Another good connection from those two.
Yeah, Balden, he may have been rolled up on a little bit on this, but he's got a little twitch in him too. I mean, he is wide open on these throws.
He also had a really nice kick return while Matt was interviewing one of our sponsors. He took, remember that kick across the 50. So he's got really good speed. Maybe just a little gimpy with an ankle sprain or something there, but impressive. Don't forget to vote for our Christus Children's $5,000 band grant. You'll get to vote at halftime. We'll get to see both these bands. Scan the QR code, and you can vote. And the band that gets the most at the end of the year will receive the $5,000 band grant, courtesy of Christus Children's. This is the time of the year where the performances start to get a little more elaborate. These bands have been working since school started on their competition performances. As Balden gets retaped. Clemens defense has quite a task here. Alamo Heights will have first and goal from the 1. They'll have a few cracks at it. And, oh, by the way, they line up DK Garza, so. He's to the left of Laswell. And he has it, and he stumbles in. Touchdown, Garza. Touchdown, Mules. And we're an extra point away from an Alamo Heights lead.
Again, the guy's vision is just next level, right? He had blocking outside if he wanted to go there. Check it out. But he sees that he had just enough of a crease to let his natural ability guide him in the rest of the way. Really well done, DK Garza.
And it's almost like he knows that one guy, the first guy, is not going to be enough. So he doesn't back off engaging that first tackler. The extra point is up, and it is good, and the Mules lead it 17-16 as we're inside the 2-minute timeout here in Schertz.
Good ball game.
We expected it to be. We talked earlier today, you and me, man, we might have a shootout tonight. It was a good one last year, too. Let's flash back to 2024. Still loose. Alamo Heights has it, but, still not out of bounds. We can get a couple of points here. Another pitch, and they've got room. Miracle on the Mississippi.
You got to be kidding.
It's Max Bacon. That's how I like my breakfast, Chuck. Max Bacon.
That was a lot of fun last year, right?
That was fun last year.
Yeah, it was. You know, it was a very difficult week for the Clemens Buffaloes on many, many fronts. And just glad we're able to turn the page and get on down the road. New year, new season, new outlook. A lot of good things happening for the Clemens Buffaloes in 2025.
Short kick, going to be fielded and returned. Let me take a look at our TNL top 10 from this week. Up near the top, it hasn't changed much with these teams that have started strong. Brennan, Steele, Johnson, and Harlan, followed by New Braunfels in the top 5. Smithson Valley started higher and dropped to number 6 after their early season loss. Alamo Heights is up to number 7. Clark, Southwest, and Jay rounding out the top 10.
We got Brennan and Harlan starting league play this week against each other. How about that on Saturday night?
1 versus 4. Fun to watch those Jay Mustangs last week if you missed them on TNL.
Yeah, we thought we were going to see a shootout then too, right? We got 15-0 instead. Yeah, Jay really looking the part, man. I mean, their defense, the way they play like that every week. Give me another deep run.
Here's one of those little tosses to the back to Dupree. He gets outside, not much there. Good defense by staying at home for Alamo Heights.
And so Clemens here playing a pretty good first half, obviously minus the special teams gaffe. But now you got a minute 45 to try to wrest the lead back, and this is a very key possession, right? This is one of those games where anytime you can steal a possession, it might pay huge dividends at the end on the scoreboard.
Kielbasa turns and hands. That's Morgan. Got a nice gain near the marker. Going to be short to set up third down and less than a yard. Stick around for the DH Plumbing halftime show. We'll have our scholar athletes, and definitely don't want to miss that DK Garza interview with David Chancellor and those bands. Kielbasa wants to throw, wants to go deep. He's got a man down there in triple coverage, and it's intercepted. Good as a punt, I guess. And a great play back there, the deep back end of Alamo Heights. By number 29, the safety who's back there, Carter Neely. And just kind of an ill-advised throw to throw it into triple coverage.
Yeah, indeed. You know, you got a little bit of time on the clock, although it was winding 113, and trying to go for the home run ball and just a little bit overthrown, which is kind of hard to do with these Clemens receivers because they're so darn fast and just not able to make a play there. Clemens, conversely, Alamo Heights coming up with a huge theft there, and now they've got an extra possession with 1:13 left in the first half.
Just over a minute, they've got all 3 of their timeouts. And a Mega Furniture first down here. Garza is going to be brought down in the backfield. They'll lose yardage on first down. Clemens defense bowing up. Xavier Williams and Cameron Hoosier in on the tackle. And the clock runs inside a minute. Second down and 11. Laswell throws to the outside, got a man there. And it's dropped. That could have gone down the sideline for a ways. But Gaddisup just couldn't quite hang on to it.
Wow, there was a bust on the back end by the Clemens defense. This was darn near a disaster. Thought they were getting help over the top, and holy moly, if he catches that, he ain't stopping until he has to.
Clock stops on the incompletion, 44 seconds to go, and the clock, the least of the worries here for Alamo Heights, because Clemens has 2 timeouts, and they could be getting the ball back with a short field in about 35 seconds here if they can get a stop. Laswell throwing a cross back to the Baldwin on the near side. That's going to at least move the chains and keep the possession alive, and a good play by the quarterback there to look all the way back across the field and find his intended receiver.
Yeah, usually that's ill-advised, but not when it's that wide open, right? You just got to make sure you get the ball there, and nobody's there on the other team to either break it up or pick it off, more importantly.
Alamo Heights going to use one of those timeouts here as we were getting close to 25 seconds. And when you have 3, that doesn't hurt you. You got 2 more still. Again, stick around for the DH Plumbing halftime show. Feature the Alamo Heights Band, the Clemens Band. It's senior night here in Schertz, Texas. Great crowd on hand. We'll have our Scholar Athletes of the Year next week. MacArthur and Wagner here on TNL. Like to feature schools from all over the entire area. This year I think we've got 9 different school districts represented. 4 different counties. Brahmas and the T-Birds from Rutledge Stadium next week.
To dig up some of that old Josh Young quarterback video again. Every time we play Mac, it's always a treat to go back in time.
Gucci after that, the great Judson Steele rivalry. Going down to the rock pile again this year for Burbank and Sam Houston. The Southwest J game looms large for the district race. As Laswell fires to the outside, up high, and incomplete.
Look who's playing DB.
Center field is Christian Dupree.
Mercy. You don't want to see this guy on offense, and you darn sure don't want to see him on defense if you see that. Oh, no way.
Good hit, good clean hit. No helmet to helmet. 21 seconds to go. Mules still have 2 timeouts. See if they try to find a way to get their ball to number 21. Laswell will slide and see if they burn one here. Tick-tock. They're just going to let it go. And Ron Ritteman's going to be content going into the half with a 1-point lead. Actually, I'm wrong. It did stop. He called timeout right away.
Well, in your defense, we're having some scoreboard issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lights look like some of the toggle lights on the Starship Enterprise after it's just been hit by a Klingon burst.
I thought that,
blinking in and out.
I thought that's what you saw when you closed your eyes at one of your heavy metal concerts. That's what's going on inside your brain.
Pretty much.
Aloha here on senior night. This week on our Sinclair family of football stations, we got Iowa and Rutgers, a Friday night game in college football. And man, are we loaded this weekend. Tech and Utah. What a great top 25 game that is. Carolina, Central Florida, Baylor and ASU, Michigan State and USC. All that on Fox. Saturday, got Georgia Tech. How about Haynes King, the former Aggie? What he's doing at Texas Tech, or Georgia Tech. Oh, wait, there's more, including the Irish in the afternoon game on News 4, and Indiana and Illinois on Big Ten football. Sunday, we got the Cowboys, the second game of the doubleheader, of the Fox doubleheader. Rams and Eagles first, Cowboys-Bears second. And those 0-2, can you believe it? Kansas City Chiefs taking on Russell Wilson, who the Cowboys made look like Dan Marino last week, and the New York Giants.
Yeah, what's really fascinating, like the Texans being 0-2 as well. I mean, there've only been, I think there were only 3 teams last year that started 0-2 and made the playoffs. So it's time to start putting some wins together if you're Houston and if you're the New York Giants and Kansas City Chiefs.
Alamo Heights taking one more timeout here. And do you think the message to the punter, Laswell, is, see number 2 down there? Do not kick it to him.
Yeah, and did you see the adjustment that Clemens made too? They stuck their 2 best receivers as corners after that ball almost went to the house there on second down to begin the drive.
I think we just saw Ritterman point to him. See that guy down there? 2. Do not kick it to him.
It's like, we're good. We're really good. We got a good team. We got the lead. And 8 seconds left in the first half. Played really well playing against a 6A opponent. But if you do one thing tonight, if you take one thing away from this game tonight, kick the ball out of bounds right here.
Out of bounds, way away. I don't care if it goes 10 yards, 20 yards away from him.
Let's do enough to kill the clock. Let this be the last play of the half in a dead ball situation at the end of it.
Dupree back at his own 30. They're bringing the house. High kick, short kick, angled towards the sideline, and he did just as he was coached. Out of bounds right near midfield. The official coming up, running all the way up to the 45 of Alamo Heights with 3 seconds to go. So there's one play here. There's a Hail Mary shot if they want to take it.
Oh, and you know they want to. With those dudes as receivers,
this is where the hook and ladder in your bag of tricks comes in handy.
Well, you find out, first of all, how far your quarterback can throw it, right? And you get a gaggle of guys down there. But I think the key to a play like this is buying your quarterback time so he can set his feet and launch.
Well, there's 4 mules standing in the end zone. Playing deep center field here.
Because remember, 2 can high jump.
Yeah, I'd throw something underneath. I mean, if you throw a jump ball, nobody's going to out-jump that man for the ball. True that. He comes in motion. He goes back the other way. Instead, they'll run it and all day. And a lot of room, but good pursuit. That'll end the half. Nice play there, but really good pursuit by the Mules. Jack Holloman showed some speed to get over there, and that's the end of the first half of play, with Alamo Heights with a slim 1-point lead over Coach Allen Hill's Clemens Buffaloes. Good football game so far, and it'll only get better in the second half. Matt Roy running down the head coach. We'll go to him as soon as he's got him. Let's go down to Matt.
All right, Coach, I know no half is perfect, but I know you're mad at some mistakes you had. A turnover, a pick 6 that should have been 6 that ended up in 3. How do you characterize that first half?
Well, up and down, inconsistent. And for a 4th ball game, we were hoping to be a little more even-keeled about it. We're doing some good things against a very good team. So I like our physicality. I like the way our guys are giving great effort. We just got to execute better. And we will. We'll get better in the second half, and we're going to have to because we start district next week.
Despite the despite the mistakes, you got a 1-point lead. What's your message at halftime?
Well, it is don't ever look at the scoreboard. Let's look at how we're playing, how we're executing. Are we doing what we're trying to get done? And if the answer is yes, we'll take whatever results are on the scoreboard. If the answer is no, we got to get it fixed and play better in the second half.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, the DH Plumbing halftime show is next. It's Alamo Heights 17, Clemens 16. Bands and our scholar athletes coming straight ahead.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. Got a great game going on here at Lenhoff Stadium in Schertz, Texas. 17-16 Alamo Heights over the Clemens Buffaloes right now, but it's anyone's ball game coming up in the second half. Right now is your halftime show. The bands are about to take the field. Alamo Heights band is out there right now. We spoke to their band director a little bit earlier this week. Take a listen to what they said.
My name is Mike Misko. I'm the band director at Alamo Heights High School. This is my first year working at Alamo Heights. This is my 17th year in education and teaching high school band. We've got a strong group this year, a lot of strong upperclassmen in the band. We have about 130 students involved in the program. I'm excited because this is a great group of students, and this is a great staff that I get to be a part of every day, working on a team with the assistant directors, the color guard teacher, percussion instructor, private lesson teachers, the dance coaches. We are lucky to have dance team performing with us this year. So really just being a part of that team, and the student leaders have really been amazing at taking ownership of the program. This year's show is called Supernova. It's kind of a wide selection of music arranged by Evan Van Doren. It kind of is a very exciting, energetic show. Starts off with a bang right at the beginning of the show, kind of in your face, loud, aggressive volume, and then sort of evolves throughout the show, and it's very thematic all to that supernova kind of exploding star outer space theme to it. Bandtober is coming up for sure, so we're going to be competing October 4th, the U.S. Bands Contest at Davenport High School. We've got the Comal Classic on October 11th at Canyon High School. And then UIL Region Marching is October 18th at Heroes Stadium, and hopefully advancing to Area Marching Contest on November 1st up in Pflugerville. Special thank you to the assistant directors, Mr. Chester and Mr. Moreno, for welcoming me into the program and really helping me get on board and helping us achieve the same vision together. Special thanks to our administration for all their ongoing support, and the Fine Arts Coordinator, Mr. Stevenson. And then a big thanks to all of our Band Association parents. They put in countless hours and money of their own to put into this program to help our students succeed and have a great experience in the high school band.
It's time to vote for the Christian Children's $5,000 band grant. To vote for the Alamo Heights High School Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen. Or scan the QR code on your screen. You must be 18 years old and live in our viewing area.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. This week, we salute two schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. The Reagan High School football team gave back to their community by volunteering with the Children's Hunger Fund of San Antonio. By lending their time and energy, the athletes supported the organization's mission to end youth hunger while gaining an understanding of the importance of service, leadership, and community impact. East Central's Legacy Middle School's female athletes gave back by completing a community service project on their own campus. On a hot and humid day, they pushed through the challenges and showed true dedication by beautifying their campus grounds. Their effort reflects resilience, pride, and a commitment to serving their school and community. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. It's time for our Beluga Air Scholar Athletes of the Week. At the end of the year, Beluga Air will present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the athletes we feature this year right here on TNL. Our David Chancellor has a preview with those scholar athletes.
108. You have a 108 GPA and you are the valedictorian of your class. How smart are you?
Let's put it this way. Aubrey Willman has been ranked number 1 in her class every single semester of her high school career, but that's by design. She studies 3 to 4 hours every night.
I do put a lot of time and effort into studying and my homework for all my classes. I feel the need to put my best effort into everything.
She does that on the softball field. She'll be on varsity for the 4th year this year and was all district her freshman and junior year. She wasn't her sophomore year, and the only reason was because she tore her ACL midway through the season.
You seemed more proud about the honor you got your sophomore year. Kind of talk about that, why that is.
About halfway through district, I tore my ACL. So in the district awards, look at all your district stats. So I only played half a district. And I wasn't expecting to get any awards because I didn't play that much, but I got an honorable mention, and that made me so proud.
She's all everything and good enough to play college softball, maybe at UT Dallas or in town at St. Mary's.
I want to be an aerospace engineer, but I figured I would go to school for mechanical engineering because it's a broader topics, and then see if I still want to be aerospace after that.
That's where that 108 GPA comes in.
DK Garza is one of the great athletes in Alamo Heights history. That's not an opinion, it's fact. 4 years on varsity track and lacrosse, 3 years varsity football, and 2 years varsity basketball.
I've always wanted to compete at the highest level, compete with all the best guys. Like, that's always been something about me. I've always wanted to compete, but it's never been a goal for me to be on varsity as a freshman. I've just kind of accepted it as it's come and continue to work and continue to grind and get better.
How much better can he get? He was all-state in football, all-region in track, won a state title in lacrosse, and helped the Mules make the Final Four in hoops.
Rapid fire, best sport is?
Football.
Favorite sport?
Football.
Okay. What's your greatest sports accomplishment?
Either going undefeated district champs for 2 years in a row for football or making it to the state semifinals for basketball.
I find it interesting that you point out a team accomplishment.
Nothing that I do could be accomplished without the whole team, the offensive line, the receivers. It's really just the whole team that helps me do the stuff I can do.
He's great in school, too. 96 GPA with an offer to be a student athlete at Cornell next year.
You have football for a maximum of, say, 10 years, and then you have to worry about the next 6 years of your life where it's no football, no sports. And so Cornell gives me the opportunity to set up the rest of my life.
He sounds perfect, right? Almost.
Any sport you wish you could play or did play?
Golf. Gosh, golf is extremely hard.
So the great DK Garza is not a good golfer.
No.
Golf guys at Alamo Heights right now are like, we got to get him on the course. We can beat him. We can beat him.
Maybe, but he's practicing, so not even that is a given.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Lenhoff Stadium out here in Schertz, Texas. And the Clemens Marching Band is on the field right now, giving one of their best performances of the year. We spoke to the band director a little bit earlier this year. This is what they had to say. Take a listen.
My name's Matt Banning. I'm the director of bands at Samuel Clemens High School. And this is my 5th year at this school and my 21st in education. We keep continuing to grow. I feel like this group is really excited. I feel like there's a lot of buy-in, and it's been a really good season so far. The title of our show this year is Conquering Everest. Is a lot of visual representation of that title. We've got a lot of mountains in our show, a lot of snow-capped peaks. The drill this year is just really, really cool. We're really enjoying teaching it. Students are enjoying learning it. And it's just really, really well written. So we're excited about that. We start out with an orchestral piece called Mysterious Mountain by Hovannes, and that kind of sets the stage. It links into a band piece called Rocky Point Holiday. That's been a lot of fun to put together, and then it kind of slows down into a ballad, which is Ain't No Mountain High Enough. The finale at the very end is Climb Every Mountain, which people will know from The Sound of Music. So we have a band director staff, Zach Serrato and Rob Wheeler. Rob Wheeler heads up the percussion. We also have a color guard sponsor who's a faculty member on campus, Christopher Johnson, and he's new to the position this year, but we've really enjoyed working with him so far. Amber and Shelby, both there, and they're teaching the color guard members every day, and certainly enjoy working with them. And we have theater pattern directors for the junior high directors, Corey Barker and Gavin Kohlenberg, and also Laura Singh, who's at Wilder Intermediate. And they come over every Tuesday and help us with rehearsal and also help us teach camp back in the summer. Just a super group of folks. And then we've got a staff who writes for us. We've got Ben Hilton, who does our marching arrangement, Brandon Wickham, who is the show coordinator. And then we also have our drill writer, Mason Daphne, who actually writes from Germany. We also have 2 percussion techs that help us out most mornings, Sean and Nick. One more quick shout out, our parents, our booster club, we have an amazing amount of support at this school. The fundraising efforts and getting kids in uniforms and just no end to the volunteer needs with a group like this, and man, they come through big time for us. So shout out to them too.
To vote for the Clemens High School Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen. I'll talk really slow to give you a chance to do it. You must be 18 years old and live in our viewing area. Thanks again to Christus Children's for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back. It's the DH Plumbing Halftime Show. What a performance by those two bands. And also, thanks to David Chancellor for our Scholar Athletes of the Week. We are closing in on the kickoff of second half action. But first, we've got the highlights of the first half, and what a first half it was. As good as advertised, Dupree got things started. And Garza answered, cutting back for the touchdown to tie it up at 7-all. Buffaloes went in front on a 26-yard field goal by Aikman. We had another amazing special teams play on a block punt. And then we had an Alamo Heights interception as it almost went the distance, but great hustle by Dupree. That saved 4 points for the Buffaloes. They would eventually take a 16-10 lead on this 43-yard touchdown run by Gavin Townsend. And that man right there, number 21, DK Garza, goes in. They made the extra point, and so Alamo Heights has the 17-16 halftime lead. Chuck, as we take a look at our first half stats.
Yeah, you know, big plays abound. Defenses are chipping in, doing their part as well, and Clemens obviously doing a fantastic job on the ground. Alamo Heights, good balance there from them. Both of these defenses doing a good job as can be imagined when you're talking about the playmaking ability of 2 for Clemens and 21 for Alamo Heights. First downs all equal. Got a pretty darn clean game so far as you take a look at the penalties.
It's a one-point game. It's going to be a great second half. Stick around when we come back for second half action here in Schertz, Texas on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights.
Welcome to the Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Really firing the ball deep. He's got a receiver.
He also has a defender near him who comes down with the ball.
Catch.
Interception. No, Rickards caught it. I thought it was picked.
No, Rickards caught it.
Play fake, de Blasio's rolling to throw, will launch upfield. Oh, what a catch in traffic, and breaking free is Wyndham, and he dives towards the pylon, gets it, touchdown.
Wow.
How about the effort by Wyndham? The catch in congestion, and then he turns up the sideline and dives to the pylon and scores. Watch this. This was something else right here. There's been some big plays in this game tonight, and this ranks.
And Gilson is going to throw it outside, and it's intercepted. It is picked off, and this could be a house call. And he dives ahead. Justice Tilla.
Over, looks to pass, got plenty of time. Now here comes the pressure. Going to try to get it to Keel and does. Keel keeps his feet. Look at Keel. Weston Keel's going to keep his feet, and he's going to go 10-5. Touchdown. Bearcat.
Canadian backs got time to throw it. Does so. The corner of the end zone. Jump ball. They're going to call a flag on Simmons.
And he caught it.
Did he catch it? They give it to him right here.
Ah, yes, Thursday Night Lights nationwide as we get ready for second half action here on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights in San Antonio. Shirts actually tonight. Coach Ron Ritterman meets with the officials as Alamo Heights runs back onto the field to a chorus of jeers and boos from the hometown team. All in good fun.
Wonder what the meeting of the minds is all about there at midfield to begin the second half. You're talking about the clock?
The schizophrenic clock, play clock. Yeah, they're probably figuring out how they're going to handle
It's
it.
making me a little twitchy.
Let's go down to Matt. He'll snuff it out. He's an investigative journalist.
I'll go figure it out here in a second, but I did just talk to Coach Hill, and he said the biggest play of the first half is something that kind of some might forget about because they scored so quickly afterwards. It's the Christian Dupree hawk down here on this side of the field to stop the touchdown from happening after the pick. It should have been a pick 6, ended up being a pick 3, saved 4 points from Alamo Heights, and then they went down and scored the other side. He said that shows the resilience of his team. He also said that Alamo Heights hasn't stopped them yet. They haven't punted the football. The only people that have stopped Clemens is Clemens. And he said the head coach's bad play calling, but says that's going to be fixed in the second half. They got to come out, play pretty quick, get a fast start, and take down one of the top teams in the entire state, Alamo Heights.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Well, we talked about it. We knew how big a play it was right off the get-go because it was just jumped off the screen how impressive that was. I just looked at it again as we take a look at our Good Feet Store kickoff. Aloha.
Where are they getting the energy from?
They've got it. It's a packed house here tonight. But when we got another look at that chase down from Dupree, what's funny is to watch his teammate that's trying to do the same thing. And he's 10 yards behind and 10 yards ahead in 1 second. It was funny. Just blazing by.
And it just makes it look so easy. Trying to get the ball to stay on the tee here. There's a little wind that was blowing, I guess it would be right to left on your TV screen here at the 50-yard line in the first half, and looks like it's picked up a little bit here in the second.
Jordan Ballin will let that one go through. It'll be a touchback, and Alamo Heights Mules will have it first here in the second half. We've seen two quarterbacks for Alamo Heights. We've seen both Easton Stone and Watson Laswell, the senior. Stone's the junior. He got the start. Coach Ron Redmond said both would play. Laswell had a little bit better success throwing the football, but Stone will get the start here to come out with DK Garza lined up next to him, and trips right is the formation. It's the Rush Max first down to start second half action. Hand to Garza over the left side. There's that patience you talked about, Chuck, but Clemens is right there. Come up and make the play. CJ Stevens. in on the tackle.
Yeah, the size of the defensive line for Clemens is really, really easy to catch with your eye for sure. As you take a look at DK Garza's numbers on the night. Again, that guy's always one play away from a home run ball.
2nd down and 8, little reverse to Baldwin. And Clemens was right there. They were not fooled at all. And I tell you got to be impressed by both Aaron Grace and Cameron Hoosier. They stayed at home and made the tackle.
Yeah, we've called Grace's number a few times tonight, and he's something else. Xavier Williams, first-year varsity guy. Got 2 inside linebackers are pretty good. Kylan Whitley. They got some dudes.
3rd down and 11. As the scramble goes to the outside. Man, it almost got a late penalty as he rode him all the way out of bounds. That could have been costly. Did you see a flag? I did not, so it'll be 4th down.
No, I did not. I just saw the pressure coming up the middle, and so did Alamo Heights' quarterback, Easton Stone. Did a really good job to elude the first guy in, but nowhere to go with the football. So they're going to have to kick it away. So great job by the Clemens defense here to begin the second half.
Yeah, they held up well. So Easton Stone, the quarterback, is also the punter. He's shallow again. But this one won't be blocked. They'll kick it short. It'll die at the 46-yard line of Clemens. And that's where the Buffaloes will have it. We're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
Callan Kilbasa, 6 of 13 tonight for 99 yards and a touchdown. 2 good running backs behind him. We've seen electricity out of both of them tonight. Devin Morgan and Gavin Townsend. That's Townsend on the carry. He had a phenomenal drive earlier. His 43-yard touchdown run capping off the drive where he carried the ball, I believe, 4 or 5 times on that drive.
Yeah, and great pursuit that time on first down. Gianni Tovar and company holding that to a gain of only about 1.5 yards.
So it's 2nd down and 8. Townsend again can't get outside. That's what you call staying at home, staying in your lane and turning him back inside. That was Gannon Laswell that did that. Good gap soundness there by number 2. Turning him back inside for the tackle.
Yeah, well said. Now 3rd and long for Clemens. We talked about the threat of their passing game. They've got some elite receivers on the outside, but they've also proven they can hit the home run on the run play too. So we'll see what they dial up here on 3rd.
3rd down and 8. For Callan Kilbasa, straight drop, throwing high down the sideline, one-on-one coverage, and that was just maybe some miscommunication on the route because his receiver was not in the zip code. That sets up 4th down, and they'll punt it away, will the Buffaloes. Or at least they'll line up looking like that.
Yeah, I think that was just a straight drop and throw, and just weren't able to get anywhere close on that one, but you can see the speed of these these Clemens receivers. It's just something to behold. These guys can get down the field in a hurry.
Christopher Aikman on to punt it away. He's an outstanding kicker and punter. Gets this one off, a nice high kick. Backing up, Alamo Heights, they touched it, it's loose. And the Mules got back on top of it. Trip Johnson, whew, he's relieved. Mules football when we come back.
anymore. All I heard was tick, 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 tick.
We are back, and it is 2nd down and 10. Alamo Heights ran an incompletion there during that brief break. They'll run it to Garza. Gets to the outside, looks for the seam, does, gets a nice gain near the stick. He'll be short of the first down, but Chuck, when you were talking about his patience, man, that's right on the... I'm amazed at how he's just not in a hurry. And he's just not going to be freaked out by whatever's in front of him, and if it means he needs to run over somebody, he'll do that.
Yeah, he's got a couple of big ones over there on the left side to run behind, too. Waddell Gutierrez and Carlos Martinez. But, yeah, 21's pretty darn good, isn't he?
3rd and 3. They throw it to him here. He's got 2 tacklers out there, and he's trying to fight them off, but a good one-on-one tackle out there again by Grace. Man, he's been really good tonight. He's been the one guy that says, I can handle him one-on-one.
Yeah, now they're dropping him back.
It'll be 4th down again, and again that Clemens defense holds, and Alamo Heights will have to punt it away. And Alamo Heights rolling the dice time after time. They've had one blocked, and Clemens shows house here, but it's only about a 9-yard drop by that punter. They just get it away quickly. So another short kick. This one checks up and goes backwards at the 40. So Clemens will have it inside Alamo Heights' territory at the 40-yard line. And we'll be back with that possession after this. And we're back. It's 1st down for the Clemens Buffaloes at the Alamo Heights 40-yard line, 41. It's a Rush Max 1st down for Kielbasa, who fires to the outside and good coverage. Young man who had the big interception for Alamo Heights earlier tonight, Lee Brockwell, was there on coverage, and he's feeling that one. He delivered the shot, but he may have taken the worst of it.
Let's take a look. Ball's out quick. And yeah, there is a collision there. He's got a little rib to the solar plexus.
Yeah, I think he got an elbow right to the sternum.
He's turned in the play of the night so far.
And lost his wind there for a second. So that ball incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for Clemens. They trail Alamo Heights by 1 here with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
A lot of look at me stuff for Clemens. Play coming in from the sideline. Really trying to take advantage of the wind at their back here in this quarter.
Dupree, a little jet sweep. Gets through the first set of tacklers and dances out of bounds unscathed. Short gain on the play. Did we mention Clemens has a drum line?
It's a good one too, isn't it?
Very good. One of the best.
But Chuck, you just mentioned the wind at their back. The wind has picked up significantly down here on the field. I was speaking to Chris Suchan, News 4 chief meteorologist Chris Suchan, before the game, and he said the wind is going to continue to pick up as we get through and closer to midnight. So you're probably going to see a lot more of that in this second half, a lot more running plays as you're going this way down the field, because that wind, as you saw in the last couple of punts, is really knocking things down.
Clemens has the wind at their back on this drive.
Yeah, good intel, Matt, and that was a heck of a play design there by Clemens, right? Looked like they were going to run it left, and then they go right, and they get a nice little chunk play right there.
Dupree with the big gain. It's a Rush Max 1st down, and the Buffs are on the move. The 26-yard line. Here's Kilbasa. Hands inside Townsend again, and this young man just won't. He's a lot like Garza. Look at him, he's still going.
Tractor.
Inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line is Gavin Townsend. I tell you what, if I'm those UTSA coaches here to look at number 2, I might be making a little extra notation about number 27.
They're doing a really great job there, churning and burning. There's not a whole lot there. Great cut, and then contacted by 2 mules. And the guy that ends up being the 1 mule, 2-7 on that play. Look at that. It takes the whole dang team to get him down.
It's only a junior as well. They're inside the absolute power red zone. Here's Towson again. Good defense by the mules, who again stayed right at home and came in to make. The tackle was number 33. And that was Max Gutierrez.
Yeah, Max, just a sophomore, blowing that thing up real good until his buddies arrived. And you have one guy that can squirt through like that and kind of disrupt the whole rhythm of the run play. Will bode well for your defense.
3rd and 5. Got those 2 wide receivers split. Bring a man in motion. Instead, they'll hand it. And cutting inside, I believe that was not Townsend, but Devin Morgan back in there. Nice change of pace between these 2 guys as they alternate.
I was thinking, okay, they're going to line up for a field goal. No, and you're going to run the ball on 3rd down like that. Almost looks like you're going to go for it here on 4.
Yeah, they got a jumbo package in there. They run it straight up the gut. They've got it. They've broken it. And in for the touchdown. The Clemens Buffaloes go back in front.
The secret weapon.
Sally and Whitley, who had a bigger play earlier in the game on defense, they stick him in there with a couple of big boys to block.
Yeah, just give it to your linebacker and let him go be a linebacker. Wow, what a huge play, right? I don't think that he's going to be the guy getting the ball in that situation, and Clemens rolling that play out at just the right time. Now they're going to go for 2.
Try to get that extra point back. They'll throw it one-on-one over here to Dupree, and he was blanketed by Trip Johnson. And so it'll stay there, 22-17. After the touchdown by the jumbo package by the Buffs, who go back in front with 5:15 to play.
If Chuck can hear me, Coach Hill was just down here saying that the defender was in Christian's chest before the ball got there. He said, I know it's not roughing, but the defender's already there, so how's he supposed to catch it? So he thought it was roughing. I don't know if it was, but he thought it was.
And we're back in this back and forth affair. Lots of lead changes as a tennis match. A volley back and forth with the Buffaloes back in front 22-17.
Don, you did say I was an investigative journalist, so I did find out exactly why there was a meeting of the minds before the half. It was about the clock. So if the clock does stop working, there will be an official on the field keeping track of the score, keeping track of the clock, and keeping track of the play clock, timeouts, all that stuff. Everything that the scoreboard does, the officials will then be responsible for. I also asked the athletic director, Mr. Lenhoff, if he has a backup, and he does. If you guys ever went to an AAU tournament, you see those little ones that are on the tables. We do have one of those down here in case it's needed. I don't know how useful it would be, but we do have one.
Thanks, Matt. Matt Roy of the TNL I team.
Hey, at least we know, right?
Yeah. That's Matt for you. He gets it done.
Yeah, that scoreboard is tripping tonight. No doubt about that.
It's almost like it's Halloween or something.
Looks like that old digital clock on my dresser.
The one that didn't go off today?
Hey, man. I thought we were going to keep that between us.
It was too easy.
It was.
I'm sorry. Let's change the subject. Here's that 2-point conversion.
Yes.
Pass interference or no pass interference? Face guarding for sure. I think that's a penalty.
It's awfully close, right? Yeah, usually if the defender doesn't turn around for the ball.
Not a lot of contact, but there was definitely face guard.
And you've got your hands full when you're trying to keep two from making a play in the end zone.
Hey, Trip Johnson celebrating. They didn't call it, means it wasn't. I don't care what you guys say in the booth.
That's right, it's a PBU.
Little bubble screen to the far side as they decoy Garza over here on the near side. Clemens stays at home. These two defenses doing a pretty good job considering the explosiveness of the offensive players, and both of them have had good possessions here in the second half.
Yeah, they have. These defenses really have stepped up when needed, and I'm really impressed with zero Aaron Grace. He has had one heck of a ball game.
Second down and 8. Garza's got it. He's got the sideline. He's down the sideline. He's got a first down across the 35, just short of the 40.
He may have been nicked on that play right there. A little delay and huge chunk play again for 21, but took a little bit of a shot there at the end.
He'll rub some dirt on it. He'll be fine. Hey, during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. Hey, remember the law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. First down, little sidearm toss. It's complete. And a nice big gain for Alamo Heights as they hit on one down the sideline as Easton Stone connects with Joe Gaidasek.
Well, Clemens came up to press the receivers, so you obviously want to make it really hard on the quarterback there, but if the play's completed, you got to break down and make a play, and, well, you don't, and that was a nice pickup by Alamo Heights.
Another rush max first down. Stone's going to scramble. He's got some yards. He's got another first down. He's across the 30 and out of bounds, so all of a sudden, look out, Mule's on the move.
Yeah, nothing downfield again. Stone and company having to work into the wind in this quarter, and with the heat coming from his arm side. He goes left. And not a lot of ball carries for Easton Stone coming into this ball game, but that's clearly his biggest run of the year.
So it's a Rush Max first down. 3:55 to play here in the third. They thought there was movement. Instead, no whistles, no flags. Garza on the carry gets nothing. A good tackle there, good again by really a guy who's been kind of the man of the night for Clemens, making a few good plays, is Silene Whitley.
Yeah, he's doing it on both sides of the ball.
Second down and 11. The junior quarterback looks over the defense. Wants to throw it here. Has time, going down there, and that ball almost intercepted. That was read all the way by Azir Cumby. He really broke on that football, and I think he was thinking about a 75-yard interception return for touchdown and just didn't look it in.
Yeah, Azir, good-looking player, man. Long, fast. Has one pick on the season. Yeah, and that's definitely one he's going to want to have back. But, hey, live to fight another day. Good play. At least you got the pass breakup. Well read, did everything right. You get the next one.
Third down and 11. Stone rolls right, looking downfield, now fires. And he gets it completed to almost the 12-yard line. Alex Cross, the senior, with the wide receiver. He's with the reception. He's a big kid, 6'3", 217.
Yeah, that was a really nice play, too, by Easton Stone. Rolling out, in complete control of everything, throwing a dime on the run.
And they move inside the absolute power red zone for quarterback Easton Stone. Garza's next to him on the left. They've got Baldwin split left. He's a weapon, as is Cross. They go inside to Garza. Garza cuts back.
Look at that.
Easy touchdown for D.K. Garza. The Mules go back in front.
Man, that's like got to be your worst nightmare. Trying to bring this guy down in space. I mean, look how low he can get with his pads when he's in the open field.
No tackling him when he sticks a foot in the ground and cuts back like that. Now, Alamo Heights kind of figuring out the math on what they want to do here on the extra point.
Yeah, got to go for two, don't you?
Looks like they are changing the personnel to do just that. You got that swing and gate formation that we saw Jay run last week.
Boy, and Jay running all those formations off of that was really something to behold.
They go back to the traditional look here. They just spotted it on the left hash. They'll send two to the right-hand side and put Garza back there with Stone and bring a man in motion. They'll roll out, fire, and incomplete, so it'll stay a 1-point Alamo Heights lead. D.K. Garza, another touchdown in this back and forth shootout, just as predicted with 3 minutes to go here in the third.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by TELUS Equipment.
Welcome back. We are at Lenhoff Stadium here. Alamo Heights Mules have jumped back out in front. 23-20 as we play on here in the third quarter. Everything we thought this game was going to be, it has turned out to be. Maybe a few more plays on defense than we thought we were going to get, but so far both of these teams, when they get these offenses going, man, they are hard to stop. That was a remarkable drive, Don, by the Alamo Heights Buffaloes. Really patience exhibited by Easton Stone. Made really good plays, good decisions with the football, made a nice run, had a nice throw, and then a DK Garza finish it off.
Yeah, the talent, as predicted with Dupree and Garza, as good as advertised. And you can see why both guys are going to be playing at the next level. And playing a lot of snaps, special teams, offense, defense. Here's a look at our Monarch trophies. They'll be handed out tonight to the winning coach and to our MVP. Tough call to make that right now. 344-3777 is the number for you to call. If Monarch Trophy can do anything for you, for your business, for your sports teams, they've got it all. They've got plaques, awards, trophies, all kinds of business, crystal. Just if you've ever been in their showroom, the place is just absolutely impressive. And they've been with us since the very beginning here on TNL. Our thanks to Monarch Trophy. It's a Rush Max first down. And it goes very little there to Dupree on first down, gain of about 1. But I like the idea, right? I mean, you get that guy the football with one-on-one coverage. A lot of times he makes that first guy miss.
Absolutely, and especially here as we wind the clock here. Late third quarter again. I hate to keep bringing up the wind, but it is moving at a very brisk rate, and it is right at the backs of the Clemens Buffaloes. It's going to be a lot easier to throw here in the third than it will be in the fourth. I can assure you that for them.
Cowboys kicker Brian Aubrey would like to try one from here. Brandon Aubrey would like to try one from here, from the 30, his own 30.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the fourth quarter if Alamo Heights has got to kick a really long field goal. So take a look at the numbers by Trey Burton on our Ideal Precision Roofing Exteriors player profile. Got a lot of guys on both of these teams that are playing multi-sports, and Trey playing basketball. Look at there. Starting center fielder on the baseball team, too. So that makes him really special in my eyes.
Yeah, man, these guys, I mean, you look at these guys just line up 2, 5, 6, 1. They have got some athletes. And they'll throw the little bubble to Dupree. And Alamo Heights there with 3 guys. They're not going to let him get loose. At least they're going to try not to.
Yeah, Blake Bader, the junior linebacker running back.
Outfielder.
22. Yeah, that dude doing a really good job of shucking his block outside and coming back in to help tag team that one.
Second down. Townsend up the middle, some tough runs, but tough yards rather, but picks up another 3 or 4. It's going to set up third and manageable. Right about 5 yards. So we tick inside a minute in this close, contested football game.
Let's see what Clemens decides to do here, because probably 2 down territory.
Don't seem to be in much of a hurry, even though that wind factor, they'll be switching and going into it in the 4th. Third down and 5. This would be a good position. Put that ball up into that wind and let it roll. That ball is knocked down by the Mules. Albert Colglazier coming up to knock it down and get the stop. It'll be 4th down. Remember, Clemens has this outstanding kicker punter in Christopher Aikman. All he's going to want to do is get this thing up into the air and let it ride and try to back the Mules up as far as possible. And he's got a great opportunity to do that if he can get this kickoff before the end of the half. And who knows when that is when we look at the clock.
Yeah, we just saw Albert Colglazier. Did a really good job this week on camera talking to us about his game. And that was a bomb.
They'll let it bounce, and it goes into the end zone, and that's hard to keep it out with that wind. You want to get it up and let it go, but, man, it was easily into the end zone. We're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
We got one play left, maybe two here in the third quarter. Alamo Heights has it 1st and 10. It's a rush max first down. And they stay with Easton Stone at quarterback. They fake it to Garza, boots out and completes it. Clemens will come up and make the tackle after a short gain of about 6. And we'll see if Alamo Heights is content to just let it run out and then get that wind in the fourth quarter. And it looks like they will. That's the end of the third quarter in a really good football game out here in Schertz. Ron Ritteman's Alamo Heights Mules hanging on to a 1-point lead. They've also got the football as the fourth quarter starts when we come back. We're back. It's our Gautier Formal Dresses Band Cam. Great contingent here from the Clemens Band. Chuck, name that tune.
You're asking a guy who can't hear.
Little boot out. Nice play.
Having none of it, right?
Chris, help me out. Daddy Take the T-Bird Away, Beach Boys. What's the name of that song? Is it When Daddy Took the T-Bird Away? Oh, come on.
I love that they're saying it's before my time in the truck.
The Beach Boys. Everybody in that truck has gray hair.
Oh. I just hate that you kind of put us all out there on the spot and then nobody could come to the rescue here.
Take the T-Bird away? I know it's the Beach Boys.
Fun, till your daddy takes the
T-Bird away. Fun, till your daddy takes the T-Bird.
All right, so to save everyone's ears from bleeding, how many people in this stadium do you think were actually born when that song came out? Because there's a lot of kids here.
Not many.
They're probably 50-50.
But you know what?
Good splits with the
60% of the people,
mom and dad watching.
60% of the people in the stadium don't know, including the players, don't know
but
when
look,
the song is.
It's Hawaiian dress theme. It's Beach Boys. And, Matt, great music is timeless.
I'm not saying it's not great music. I'm just saying that most of the people in the stadium don't know what song that was.
True. That is a true statement.
Got us on that one.
Going deep. Got that wind behind him. Looking for a man. And incomplete. Good coverage down there by number 1. We've been talking about the way that young man just looks in his uniform like a college football player. And Derek Williams had good coverage on that play. But there is a flag down, and that's the first one. We're in the fourth quarter. Talk about a clean game. Looks like a chop block signal.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought Derek Williams did a nice job just kind of running with this guy down the sideline there.
I think they're going to get a chop block on the Mules. That's going to back them up. Here's Fred Juarez. Ron Ritterman getting the explanation from the officials. The confirmation on our Beach Boys song is fun, fun, fun.
I'll take you guys' word for it.
Not till you Daddy took the T-Bird away. Just fun, fun, fun.
We knew where you were going with it.
Yeah.
You were helping us connect.
I went through a Beach Boys stage. I think when I was a freshman in high school, I really liked the Beach Boys for a moment. You get that punt with that big wind. Takes a hop and takes more than a hop. You stay away from that ball, it'll keep rolling with that wind behind it. Inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Clemens has it when we come back. Down a point. We are back, and we were just talking about just one penalty in the entire game, and it was declined. So I don't know if we've ever seen that. Not a single assessed penalty, and I just jinxed us. Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's been a minute, right?
In the football game. So here's a Mega Furniture first down. They swing it out to the near side for a small gain.
Don, you guys have done a good job illustrating the wind out here. I just asked Coach Ritterman, now with the wind, how comfortable are you with your kicker? What's the distance that you're comfortable? He said 40 to 45 with Gannon would make him feel good. Walked over here to the Clemens side and asked the kicker, Mr. Aikman over here, who is the better kicker of the two, into the wind, how comfortable are you? He said, normally 60, 64, but into the wind, 45 would make me feel pretty good. So it's going to be down to the 28-yard line for both of these teams to feel good about a field goal in the fourth quarter.
Good to know. Matt going straight to the source with Aikman. I think the takeaway there is he said normally 60 to 65.
Dude, we were watching the Alamo Heights kid before the game, and he hit the crossbar from 50. And then he made one from the 45 into the wind. So both of these teams
what is Aikman?
Armed with good kickers.
He's a top 20 kicker in the country, Aikman is. So, man. Top 12 as a punter, too. Blitz coming off the outside. Got him. Huge play by Alamo Heights. A surprise off the edge.
Abel Martinez coming through like a freight train on that one. And, man, the Alamo Heights coaches who were in the booth next to us are super geeked about that one. Haven't dialed up a lot of blitzes tonight. They dialed up one right there and just never saw it coming. And quite frankly, Clemens lucky to maintain possession after that clean hit.
And Aikman, for all his accolades as one of the top punters in the country, has his hands full here, standing on his goal line into a brisk wind. Gets it off. And not bad considering, but it bounces back and the wind blows it another 5 yards back, and it's inside the 40-yard line where the Mules will have it with the lead and 10 minutes to play.
Well, this has been some chess match between these two ball clubs. We talked about, the importance of this game for both of these teams. Obviously, Clemens wants to be going into some momentum, going into district play. Alamo Heights hasn't been tested all year, right? They've been tested tonight. And both of these teams are going to have probably their biggest challenges in their league coming up next week. So this is one heck of a tune-up for both of these teams. Should prepare them amply for next week.
All right, it's first down 10. Mega Furniture first down. They'll hand it to Garza. Cuts back inside, but good sound defense there by the Clemens Buffaloes, as they have been all night with their front four and that linebacking crew. 29 making a play again, and what a player he is.
There's no doubt about it. He's having a heck of a ball game here, but just the surprise too that Clemens has done an outstanding job of really limiting the explosive ability of DK Garza tonight. He still has not reached 100 yards, and we told you, coming into this ball game, this guy was just a shade under 750 yards rushing in 3 games to start this season.
So second down and 12. They fire out into the flat, complete it to Cross. He's pushed out of bounds. That'll set up 3rd and short.
Yeah, this is a huge drive, obviously, for both teams. I mean, Alamo Heights is trying to chip away at this clock. While you get a touchdown, you might be able to salt this game away. Conversely, Clemens knows they've got to get a stop here. You can bend, but you can't break. You have to keep this a 1-score possession at the end of this drive.
The PA announcer imploring this huge crowd to come up on 3rd down here, and the Buffs to get a stop, and it's getting loud here. So they'll go to Garza. Garza stuffs it up close to the line. He's short by 2 yards. And with that call, you might be thinking Ron Ritterman was already thinking 2-down territory, and that he was going to go for it anyway. It would be 47-yarder from here, so he's going to go with Easton Stone and keep that offense out there. 2.5 for a first down, and of course he's got Garza. So see what they dial up. It's Garza, direct snap, and he's not going to get there.
Wow!
The Buffs hold. Davian Litzy inside, coming up with the big play with Rod Whitehead and his teammates. And the Buffs hold, get the football back with 7:43 in good field position.
Have to have a play, and look at that. Number 90 just doing an outstanding job. Whitehead of shucking past his block. 10 tackles coming into this ball game, a couple of sacks, and I dare say that's probably the biggest play of the season for Clemens to this point on defense. I mean, you're in a ball game right here. You got a chance to win it, but come up with that defensive stop to get the ball back to your offense. What a play by Rod Whitehead and the rest of that Clemens defensive line.
All right, so we'll see what the Clemens offense does. They got Townsend in there. He's got the football, and he cuts it back 8.5 yards on that carry. Boy, I thought he was going to pop that, Chuck, for a second. If he was stayed to his right, he might have.
Yeah, it was run to daylight central, right? He got his pick, really, right or left. He chose left. Still, you got to like what you see right there on first down. You're picking up 9 and winding under 8 minutes in this ball game. So Clemens.
Remember how
trying
he
to answer
ran
back.
Remember how he ran on that drive that he capped it off with the touchdown. Look out. They complete it to you-know-who, and he's off. Dupree crosses midfield and gets into Alamo Heights territory down to the 40, getting the ball into the hands of their playmakers. Townsend has been a violent runner, and of course Dupree has that big play ability.
Yeah, it almost takes too long for this to get going, and Alamo Heights had a guy right there, but Dupree's feet are just on a whole nother level.
It's Townsend. He's still on his feet. He's still moving forward across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. How about Gavin Townsend? Marion Barber-esque.
He's got the cool hair too, doesn't he?
I just really like this kid. We heard about Garza, we heard about Dupree, we heard about all these stars. Didn't hear much about him. He wasn't really touted on the two deep, but he's been a player of the game candidate tonight. 2nd down and 5. Here he is again, getting to the outside, cutting it back inside, still on his feet, grinding across the 35 to the 34-yard line, and that's another mega furniture first down for Gavin Townsend.
Yards after contact. 27 seems to like contact, and he seems to like getting yards after contact. The fact that he had his back turned to the tacklers right there and he's still churning those legs, you see the night that he's having.
123 yards and a touchdown and a first down here. They'll fire back out to Dupree. Down the sideline, he's going to score. Dupree, touchdown, Clemens. There's no catching him when he gets going.
I just can't believe what I see sometimes from this guy. Do you see how quickly he turned that up?
0 to 60 in no time. And he doesn't even make it look like he's trying. It's just, he runs at a different pace than he glides. So smooth. 8 catches, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Roadrunner fans, meet. You're going to be happy to have him. As they direct snap it to Whitley for another 2-point conversion. Sileon Whitley gets in the end zone again, and it's a full 7-point lead. Clemens gets that lost extra point back, and they lead by a touchdown. The man of the hour.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
It wasn't your typical stop of the game. It was a hustle play by Dupree, running all the way across the field to save 4 points. Alamo Heights didn't score a touchdown. They had to get a field goal, and that has loomed here tonight for the rest of the game. And that's tonight's school bus stop of the game. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points against your license, and license suspension.
Well, can you show the stop of the game and then show Christian Dupree on back-to-back shots? Like, ain't nobody stopping that guy.
He's the go of the game as well.
What a performance. What a ball player.
Jeff Traylor and his recruiting staff, Joe Price, all over him, and Joe's here tonight. Got to be happy with what they see down there on the sidelines, all the UTSA coaches who are recruiting this young man.
Now a good special teams play by Clemens. So obviously, Alamo Heights, they've answered the bell all night long when they found themselves behind on the scoreboard. Still plenty of time in this football game. They got the win at their back and done a good job tonight against a much larger Clemens Buffaloes team, but sense of urgency now, down a touchdown with 5:38 left.
Watson Laswell got a couple of reps, a couple of series in the first half. They stayed with Easton Stone the entire second half. He's in now for the Mega Furniture first down. Wants to throw it on first, does. And overshoots the intended receiver. Good coverage back there by Da Vinci Johnson. It was almost a work of art.
The Da Vinci Code. Stop the other guy.
There it is. 5:34 to play. It's second down.
More than just an artist.
Here's Garza on a counter. Oh, it wasn't Garza. Check that. They pulled him out. Into the football game for Alamo Heights is Stefan Torreya. He gets a carry, and he picks up about 4. He's back out. Garza's back in.
Is that Hoosier making another tackle?
And that Clemens defense really feeling their oats right now, dancing around. They're fired up. They wanted to get another stop here. They're 2 plays away from a massive stop here and getting the football back. Alamo Heights to throw. Over the middle. Caught! First down and more. It's Baldwin. And what a laser beam from the right arm of Easton Stone.
You're not kidding. That was a sizzle missile right there. Looked like a big boy throw. Just drop back and let it rip. Wow.
Mega Furniture first down for the Mules.
Tight window, too.
They quiet down that Clemens crowd for the moment. 4:24 and ticking. Garza up the middle. Good for 5 more. It'll be second down and about 5.
Again, plenty of time. So you want to run the ball or throw it. Pretty much you got the whole clock at your disposal.
And remember, that guy right there is a home run hitter. He can take it the distance at any moment. Wanting to throw on a roll. Going to scramble, not going to get there, run out of bounds. It'll be third down and 2 or 3 again. And Alamo Heights getting close. With the clock here would definitely be in 2 downs here to get 3 yards.
Well, just good decision making, right? You don't have to get it all at once. And if it's not there, don't try to force it. No reason to. Easton Stone doing a fantastic job busting that one outside and picking up a nice little chunk.
Keep an eye on 21 here. Both plays, I would think. Third and fourth down. They give it to him. Look out. Garza. Garza's off to the races. Garza to the 25-20, to the 10. Touchdown, Alamo Heights. D.K. Garza to the house.
I'm running out of superlatives. I mean, it just simply doesn't make any sense that this guy can be this good. I mean, you just talked about his home run ability. I'm thinking, that's not going to happen here. Not this late in the game. Everybody knows they got to keep an eye on 21, and then again, once he gets to the second line of defense, you're thinking, okay, somebody's going to make a play, and no, he's the fastest guy out there.
Alamo Heights goes in front. The extra point is good. And they tie it up here with 3:30 to play. Clemens with a chance to answer when we come back on a thriller of a Little Caesar T&L night.
Guys, Coach Hill said the goal is the 20-yard line, just for reference, 20, 25-yard line.
All right, time for our collision experts of Alamo Heights collision of the game. And why not be Christian Dupree? He's everything else tonight. Somebody needs to go to the body shop. The collision experts of Alamo Heights. Collision of the game.
You know, we talked about both of these guys before the ball game, and it's just so obvious, right? I mean, 21, DK Garza, this guy, absolutely unbelievable ball player. On the other side, Christian Dupree, we talked about him. Again, the thing that I'm still having a hard time wrapping my eyes around, ears around, whole body and soul around. How is this guy not one of the most recruited dudes around? It just does not make any sense to me.
Well, the Clemens Buffaloes will have a chance to drive this down for the game-winning score. They've got one of the best kickers in the nation, but he's going into a stiff wind. So what are they comfortable with? Let's go down to Matt Roy. Matt.
Guys, just ask Coach Hill. 20-yard line is the goal. Obviously, Christopher Aikman thinks he can make it from halfway to the goal line, but the goal here is 20 to 25-yard line. Give him a 35, 42-yarder into this wind, which is only getting stronger as the game goes on.
The 20-yard line would be a 37-yarder, so that's right there in between that range. And you talked to the young man earlier tonight. He's confident with no wind at 60 to 65. They'll swing it out and complete it for no gain. And remember, this might be a moot point because the Buffaloes have their own home run hitter and number 2 at any time. And with these two kids as explosive as they are, if you can find a way to get them the ball in space, anything is possible.
Yeah, and Clemens isn't really press the ball downfield, right? Of course, you don't have to. If you just flip it out to one of your guys on the outside and they can house it. But let's see if that's going to be the game plan here for the rest of this drive.
Yeah, because throwing it deep into this wind is going to be difficult. Pressured. And in between two receivers, I'm not sure who that was intended for, because Dupree was out there a little further upfield.
I think Alamo Heights is finding some success too, bringing pressure, right? Get Clemens off their spots, get them moving around a little bit. They're not sitting back and waiting for something to happen to them. They're bringing the heat here. See if they bring some pressure here on 3rd and 10.
Stephen Latulis with the intended receiver. Again, with that wind and punting into the wind, Alamo Heights might have good if they don't convert. Oh, it's broken up. A great chance there for the Buffaloes, but Alamo Heights and the man who's been in good coverage all night, Trip Johnson, was back there.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about having your hands full. Trip Johnson has really had a whale of a ball game. This guy has done everything possible to be the guy that's breaking up some plays on there in the back end.
Trey Burton just couldn't bring it in. It's 4th down and 10, and the Buffs will punt it away and hope their defense can hold in a tie game with 2:38 to play. Unless they've got some tricks up their sleeve, I wouldn't risk it this far in their own territory. Good kick despite the wind. Boomer backs them up. They fake reverse, and Alamo Heights is off to the races. Baldwin across the 40. And they've got great field position. He dishes out a little punishment on the back end of it. We may have a hurt Buffalo on their bench.
Yeah, a little explosive play here on specialty teams.
Whitley gets tangled here, and he's limping off. Alamo Heights will have it with a chance to win the football game.
Now they got Baldwin in at quarterback. I beg your pardon. Eyes have deceived me.
Stone back in. Hands to Garza. And Garza carries everybody for about 4. Still on his feet. Never went to the ground.
Now you got to manage this clock too if you're Alamo Heights, right? You want to make sure that this is the last possession of the ball game, and that's what hurts Clemens so badly on that last drive, right? He not only didn't pick up the sticks or get into field goal range, didn't erode any of that clock, and so Heights is going to have another shot here with 2 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Yep, and they have all 3 timeouts. They don't have to use one here. It's the automatic 2-minute timeout that's due to high school football in the state of Texas. So they really have 4 timeouts. They get this one and 3 more. So plenty of time for Alamo Heights all day as you look at our Gautier formal dresses band can. Our thanks to Coach Scott Linoff, the athletic director out here. He has taken the mantle handed down by his dad. We're at Linhoff Stadium. Robert and Glenda Linhoff, dear friends for 35 years. Robert Linhoff, the longtime coach at Clemens. Saw him tonight. Always good to see him. We miss his dear Glenda, who passed away about 3 years ago after a courageous battle with cancer. She was wonderful, wonderful human being, and Robert is. And their son Scott led Steele to a state championship with Malcolm Brown back in 2011. He's the AD for the district now, and our thanks to him for his hospitality out here tonight. 2nd down and 8. Going deep. Got a man. And I don't think the receiver saw the football. I think Alex Cross led up and then saw it late. And it looked overthrown, but had he kept running, it might have had a chance.
Yeah, just wind it up, let it rip, and see if your guy can go make a play, right? And it certainly helps to have that gale force wind at your back. Looked left, threw it right, just a little too tall.
1:55, no timeout needed on the incompletion. But they do need a 1st down if they're going to keep this drive alive. They've got 2 plays to get 8 yards. Stone rolling out right. Looking again. That ball is almost intercepted. I think the Clemens fans thought that their man had it, but it just went through the hands of C.J. Stevens.
Well, that's the thought process, right? You have a home run ball that you almost connected on, so you're thinking, okay, you've got Clemens thinking, got to protect the end zone here, so you try something underneath. But that was almost a heck of a play right there to stop this drive dead cold.
Good athleticism by that young man jumping up. 4th down. And even with this wind, it is out of the range. And now they want to talk it over. They got 3, so why not use one here and talk it over? And you can see the wind on Ron Ritterman's shirt of just how blustery it is here.
I'm curious to see what Alamo Heights does here, Don, because I'm telling you, I was talking to Ron pregame while we were watching his kicker, and he had one of those little stands at the 50-yard line, and the kid hit the crossbar. And I was like,
why not
would
with
you
this
do that?
win?
Yeah, why not? You got nothing to lose.
I don't know that you have
game. You might need it at some point. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You're tied at 30. Now, the converse is obviously is you put the other team in an enviable position, field position-wise, with plenty of time to then go down and kick their own field goal if that's the case. But
they're into the win. They got to get all the way down to the 20. I don't know. Unless the worst thing you can do is punt the football here into the end zone, right? So if you go for it here and don't get it, then they get the ball at the 30-yard line, 34-yard line. But when you have 21 on your team, you have a chance to convert an 8-yard 4th and 8. Pressure, scrambling to the 20. Across the 30, rather, to the 25, and sliding down for the first down is Stone.
What a remarkable play by Eason Stone. He just run it clear out, sent everybody down the field, and he saw a crease, and he did not hesitate, and we may have gone to sleep on how fast that guy is. Well done, well executed.
Well designed as well. Mega Furniture first down. 1:30 to go, whistles. As Garza limps up. And we had a timeout by the Clemens defense. So Clemens uses one of theirs with 1:30 to go. And now, if you're Allen Hill, you can't be encouraged with this wind and where the Alamo Heights field position is. Gannon Laswell is the senior kicker from Alamo Heights. And he's got to be feeling pretty comfortable nearing a 40-yard attempt here. And we were talking about that this morning. I was talking with David Chancellor this morning about Brandon Aubrey and kickers. It's not just Brandon Aubrey, right? I mean, he's good from, seriously, is he good from 75? Like that 64-yarder that sent the game to the overtime was clear by 10. So it's not him. It's college kickers. We had Davenport's kicker kick a 53-yarder last week to beat Piper at the gun. These kids are growing up, going to kicking camps. They're better athletes. And, 40-yard field goal for a high school kid isn't a huge accomplishment anymore. Great play there by Garza to get back inside the 30.
And we got a player down.
And Buffalo is down. Clock stops with 1:21 to go on 2nd and 9. And let's hope that's just a cramp, but there's a young man down in a lot of pain. I think that's Davian Litzy. They attend to him. And some serious strategy going on now with clock management, down management. 90?
I think it's 98. I think you did get it right. I think it is Litzy. He went down pretty quickly, and we'll just hope for the best there. Looks like a leg injury. He's at least sitting up.
Might be Whitehead, 90. Oh, it's 98. You're right. It's Litzy. And
at least putting some weight on his legs.
A little bit. Seems to be getting a little more.
We hope for the best. Those trainers doing a really good job there too, hustling out there quickly to check on their guy.
That's Davian Litzy, who had that huge play early in the game when it was a 4th down stop on Garza. 2nd down and 9. Alamo Heights with 1:21 and 2 timeouts. Looking to win this football game in regulation. Here's Garza. Spins back inside, dives forward for 2 more. And Clemens burns one of their remaining 2.
Yeah, I like to see the chess match going back and forth, right? You have to play, if you're Clemens, for another possession. You have to assume, right, that Alamo Heights is going to kick a field goal minimum here and try to see what they can do to try to get off the field here on 3rd and 8, and then give yourself at least one more crack to then either go down and tie it or perhaps win it.
Yeah, and if you can get this thing to overtime, you can switch the wind, which you can't do in regulation. So I think if you're Clemens here in the situation you're in with 1:15, you just want to make sure this thing gets to overtime. If you're Alamo Heights, you got a wind at your back. You got plenty of time with 2 timeouts left. And oh, by the way, you have number 21 on your team.
Both teams stacked with dudes and playmakers, so it'll be a fascinating ending to this ball game one way or the other, I can assure you that.
Well, Chuck, you were prophetic today. You said, man, we might have a shootout tonight. And it has lived up to the billing.
You know, and even having thought that, the defenses have done a really good job of coming up with some plays of their own, too.
It's not like it's 50 or 48. It's been a good football game. Offense, defense, special teams. So here's Easton Stone to Garza. Going to the outside, cuts it inside. He's inside the 15, and DK Garza has Alamo Heights inside the red zone, and they've got time.
Yeah, that's such a huge play in a lot of ways now because, you know, if Alamo Heights can run a few more plays here, they'll be able to make those guys burn their timeouts.
I think they're content now just getting it to the field position they want. Probably run it more to the left, to the middle of the field here to center up Laswell for a short field goal, and they'll get out of here with a dub. Garza's going to head that way, but he's hit right there, but he's still on his feet. He picks up a couple. They don't get off that hash, and they have 30 seconds, and Ron Ritteman still has 2 timeouts. They're slow to unpile.
Yeah, it's just been such a physical football game, and DK Garza's taken a ton of shots in this game, and he's giving them out too.
He's going to be okay from this hash. He's going to let it run down, stop this clock with about 3 seconds to go, and run out Gannon Laswell to win it from the right hash, so he must be comfortable from that spot. Worst case scenario, if you're Ritteman, you go to overtime. Best case scenario, if you're Clemens, you block this kick and return it for 6.
I'll tell you where I got number 2 on special teams, right? Right in the direction of where the guy's going to be kicking the ball, and ask him to go 6'10" on that high jump.
That's right, they might do that.
Oh, what a weapon. Jeepers. What a ball game. Holy cow, I knew we were in for a whale of a ball game. I didn't know it was going to be this darn good.
There's Gannon Laswell. His brother Watson was the quarterback earlier tonight that got the series in the second quarter. Tee in hand and ready to be the hero. It's what you dream of when you're a kicker. They'll spot it at the 20. It'll be a 30-yarder from the right hash to keep the Mules undefeated. Walker Bryant to hold. The kick is up. It is straight. It is perfect. And it is good. And the Mules walk off with the win at Linhoff Stadium. Alamo Heights stays undefeated, playing spoiler on senior night here at Clemens. What a game.
What a game indeed, and both of these teams are going to be primed for league play after this one. Masterful job by Ron Rittiman and company, play calling, the way their guys played. Obviously, Clemens, the much bigger squad physically, but in terms of speed and playmaking ability, well, both teams pretty equal right there. What a win for Alamo Heights, and what an effort by the Clemens Buffaloes here this evening. Wildly entertaining contest.
Alamo Heights sending a message to every 5A team in the state with this 6A victory tonight. When we come back, we'll hand out the Monarch hardware to Coach Ron Rittiman and the victorious Mules. The postgame show is straight ahead. Gannon Lasswell is the hero.
Welcome to the Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome back. The Alamo Heights Mules win a walk-off game against the Clemens Buffaloes 33-30 on the 30-yard field goal as they take it here on the road on senior night. And this was a track meet from the get-go. Of course, the big stars, Christian Dupree, DK Garza going back and forth all night long. It had defensive plays and a hustle play here by Dupree that saved 4 points as he just went across the field. Great running by Townsend of Clemens, who got them back in it as they took a 16-10 lead. Then they went ahead. Cillian Whitley had a touchdown run and a 2-point conversion, but the man of the hour, DK Garza, scored 4 touchdowns on the night. And just look at the stats, so even across the board. Just dead even as the score would indicate. Yeah, but big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and that player tonight was DK Garza as we go down to Matt Roy and the victorious Mules.
All right, guys, what a game here in Lenhoff, but the victorious Alamo Heights Mules. All right, I think this is unsurprising, but the player of the game tonight had 100 and something yards rushing, but 4 rushing touchdowns. DK, get up here. You are a Little Caesar player of the game, my friend. Congratulations. What goes in? You had 360 some odd yards a couple of weeks ago. You had 160 something tonight, plus 4 touchdowns. What goes into it? And do you ever get tired of toting the rock, or is it just like, give it to me?
I mean, what goes into it is really our offensive line, grinding every day, coming to morning films, lifting after school every day. You never get tired of toting the rock. It's always a great time to carry it, but I couldn't do anything I do without the offensive line and the receivers blocking downfield.
As this game's going down, you guys are tied up. Send Gannon out there. What was the thought process as you guys were going on the game-winning drive?
Get him in a great spot, make him an easy field goal, and go win the game.
All right, let's give a hand for the kicker, too. All right, let's go. Hey! Yeah, there we go. There we go. Kickers don't get enough love. Congratulations, DK. Hand for DK Garza, player of the game here. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Coach, let me get you up here. So, Coach, I asked you at what point, or at a certain point in the third quarter, how comfortable were you having, or what was the yard line you were aiming for? When on that drive were you like, okay, I feel pretty good?
Well, it was really more about the time. We didn't want to leave any time left. And so when we got that last first down and got good field position, we knew we were in field goal range already. It was just about putting the ball at the right spot with the right amount of time on the clock, and then going out and executing, kicking it through the pipes, which was what they did.
Coach, you and I were talking before the game about the wind. How big of a factor was that tonight? Because it was gusting more and more as the game went on.
I thought both teams handled it really well. I think you'll probably see that more production was done with the wind, but there was a lot of good execution going into the wind by both teams and put it in the end zone. So I don't think it was as big a factor. But it sure is nice to have it in the fourth quarter when you got to kick a field goal to win it.
Coach, you guys blow a lot of teams out. Tonight was a really close, tight game. What does that do for a team as you guys go forward in a district play?
Well, I think we need something like this. You know, it's one thing to be ahead and face a little adversity, but when the scoreboard's real close and you face adversity, that's when you really get to see what kind of character you have, or mental toughness, which is what we were talking about this week. And our guys, I couldn't be more proud of the way they responded. They got put in bad situations, our defense, our offense, and in the kicking game, and every time they went out and responded. And that's how you end up successful on the scoreboard.
Coach, you guys haven't lost a district game since 2019, I think. You know, you guys are going into district. I know. Does that surprise you? I mean, seem a little surprised. How excited are you to get into this district schedule and move forward, propelling off this?
Well, there's really kind of 3 phases. There's the non-district, which we just went through, and our guys really responded. We got better every week, and I think tonight we played our best game so far this year, which leads into district, which is the second one. And you got to be very competitive in our district because every Friday night it's good football. And if you can win enough of those, you get a chance to go to the third part of the season, which is the playoffs, and then anything can happen.
Well, you guys make a lot of noise there, too. Coach, you are Little Caesars TNL champs this week. Congratulations, guys.
From Leno Stadium in just a bit.
Here we go, baby!
Dun, dun, dun.